Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 513, live. Welcome to a special afternoon edition of YTD Academy Live. Tonight we're of course going to unveil our newly rebranded show for our YouTube Live shows each week. We're walking away from the formerly known as World War III. We've decided to drop that brand and go with an entirely new look, a new arena, and of course a new name. YTD Academy Clash of the Titans debuts tonight for episode number 30 of YTD Academy Live, and of course, obviously, TWA episode number 513. Absolutely fire card tonight. We've got some junior champions cashing in. We're going to have junior championships on the line, and we've, of course, got some great action from tone setter to main event. So hang on for a thrill ride. Before we get started, of course, we're going to have a look at some of the dirt sheets, see what's going on. I know there's more news about CM Punk. There's some information about the 2024 Royal Rumble. I'm intrigued about that. And then, of course, later I do have a list to get to as well. And that list is the 10 most hated WWE champions ranked. So that should be interesting. Glenol and I, of course, love the ranked list. We like to pick them apart. Sometimes they are not too bad. You know, they do surprise us from time to time. But most of the time, it's very it's very opinionated, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But before I get started, I'm of course going to open up my dashboard. Give me 1 second while I do that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get right to the dirt sheets and see what's crack-lacking there. So again, there's some confirmations for the 2024 Royal Rumble date and its location. Now, this is from WrestlingHeadlines.com, and it was published by Andrew Ravens. So WWE announced on Wednesday that they will host the 2024 Royal Rumble PLE from Tropicana Field in Tampa, Florida. WWE issued the following statement. Tampa Bay to host 2024 Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble heads to St. Petersburg, Clearwater on Saturday, January 27th at Tropicana Field. Monday Night Raw to take place in Tampa on January 29 at Amalie Arena, Stamford, Connecticut, September 13, 2023. WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, in conjunction with the Tampa Bay Rays, visit St. Pete Clearwater, and the Tampa Bay Sports Commission today announced that the Tampa Bay will host the 37th edition of the Royal Rumble in 2024. WWE will head to town for an entire weekend of events across St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and Tampa, Florida, highlighted by the Royal Rumble on Saturday, January 27th at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. 2 days later, Monday Night Raw will emanate from Amalie Arena in Tampa on January 29. This marks the first time that the Royal Rumble will be held in Tampa Bay in front of fans since 1995. Interesting that they waited that long to go back there, actually, for many reasons. But anyways, Tampa Bay has long been a terrific market for WWE, said WWE Executive Vice President of Live Events, John Porco. Thanks to our partners at the Tampa Bay Rays, visit St. Pete Clearwater, and the Tampa Bay Sports Commission, we look forward to a fantastic schedule of events in January. We are excited to welcome WWE back to Tropicana Field for the 2024 Royal Rumble, and Tampa Bay Rays President Matt Silverman said that the Royal Rumble will provide first-class sports entertainment to both those seeing the action in person and watching as part of the worldwide television audience. This event will bring visitors from around the globe to experience the beauty of our area and all it has to offer. As a leader in event production and promotion, we are thrilled to collaborate with WWE to bring Royal Rumble to our destination. Caleb Peterson, Visit St. Peter's Clearwater Senior Business Development Manager. We look forward to welcoming all of the WWE fans to our community, a community that will certainly match their energy and enthusiasm for sports entertainment. A special thank you to our community partners, the Tampa Bay Rays, City of St. Petersburg, and Tampa Bay Sports Commission, for their role in creating this unique opportunity for our destination. Tampa Bay loved hosting WrestleMania 37 2 years ago, and we're now beyond excited to have the opportunity to collaborate again with our longtime friends at WWE, said Rob Higgins, Tampa Bay Sports Commission Executive Director. Royal Rumble weekend in January of 2024 will be a phenomenal regional effort that spans Pinellas and Hillsborough counties, including both Tropicana Field and Maui Arena. Together, we're focused on making sure that the WWE Universe is treated to a weekend that is filled with memories that last a lifetime. Royal Rumble will be headlined by the 30-man and 30-woman Royal Rumble matches, with the winner of both receiving a championship match opportunity at WrestleMania 40. The announcement comes on the heels of this year's record-setting Royal Rumble, which took place in San Antonio, Texas. The event became WWE's highest-grossing and most viewed Royal Rumble in company history and set an all-time gate record at more than 7.7 million, far surpassing the previous Royal Rumble high in 2017 by more than 50%. In addition, official Royal Rumble priority passes will soon be available through exclusive partner on location, giving fans the opportunity to purchase ticket packages before they go on sale to general public. Royal Rumble priority passes will offer fans the chance to be ringside for every exhilarating moment, including premium seating, all-inclusive pre-show hospitality with WWE superstar appearances, ringside photo opportunities, exclusive merchandise, deluxe accommodations, and much more. So yeah, to Tampa, Florida they go for Royal Rumble. Interesting. And also interesting, it's the first time since 1995. I mean, a lot of superstars live in the area and or are from the area. You'd think that would be a spot they would actually visit more often than they actually do for any premium live event, for that matter. All right, moving on. This is from WrestlingNews.co, Andrew Ravens. So Nick Khan on Stephanie McMahon's WWE departure said, I wish she hadn't done that, but I respect the decision. So in January, Stephanie McMahon announced that she was no longer with the company in an executive role, as she had resigned as chairwoman and co-CEO of WWE. Her departure was days after her father, Vince McMahon, voted himself back in alongside George Barrios and Michelle Wilson to the board of directors. Vince later agreed to be acquired by Endeavor and has since merged with the UFC to form the TKO Holdings Group. This was after she announced in the summer of 2022 that she was taking a leave of absence from WWE, only to return after Vince's hush money scandal broke. He eventually resigned from his WWE duties. At the time, the story going around WWE was that Stephanie knew it was a matter of time before she was demoted following Vince's return. This led to her leaving because she didn't need the money job, especially after making the decision months ago to leave anyways. While speaking with Bill Simmons on his podcast, WWE President Nick Khan talked about Stephanie's departure. She decided to step away. Initially, she was on a leave of absence. Some of the Vince stuff started to happen. He stepped out for a moment. She was asked by Vince, by myself, by the board to come back. She came back, and we were extremely gracious for her in doing so. And ultimately, when Vince came back, she decided that, hey, she was ready to go and step out. I respect the decision. I wish she hadn't done that. And she knows that, for me personally, she's a terrific executive and a terrific person. That's her decision. Her relationship with Vince is theirs. And once she made it, I have total respect for the decision. Khan was asked if Stephanie will come back eventually to the WWE. And he said, well, I don't know what the future holds, but with Vince as the chairman of the company, Paul, the head of the creative, of me at the role that I'm in, Stephanie wanted to do something with WWE. Of course, WWE would embrace that. The WWE Universe would embrace that. I think she's enjoying some time off, and you know the drill. After grinding hard as you've grinded, hard as she's grinded hard to take a few months off, she still has school-age children. She and Paul do. I think she's enjoying herself. So, I don't know. Personally, I do expect her to return at some point. I think it's just a matter of time. And, especially since Vince is now pretty much going to be done with his duties with WWE for the most part, at least being in full control. Yo, Sir Jack! What's going on, Sir Jack? Honeybee Wrestling in the house. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. So what do you guys think? I don't know exactly when you popped in. I was reading some articles there, but so Royal Rumble 2024 going to be held at Tropicana Field, and then that was mostly about Stephanie McMahon's decision to step away as co-CEO. And question was asked whether or not Khan thought she would return. I mean, I personally think she will eventually return. Maybe even Shane. I don't know. I think a lot of people would like to see Shane. But what do you guys think? You think Stephanie makes a return at some point, or do you think she keeps the company at arm's length? What do you think happens there? And do you think Shane will make a comeback? I mean, I personally think he does at some point. I really think he does. But anyways, welcome into episode number 513. TWA's on a roll. And of course, tonight, episode number 30 for YTD Academy Live. Unveiling our brand new live show, YTD Academy Clash of the Titans. We've got junior championship matches. It's going to be a fire show from tone setter to main event. But what's going on, guys? What are you guys up to? Honeybee, are you at work still? And Jack, what are you doing? What are you up to? What are you guys up to? All right, so anyways, while we wait for those two to answer, jump back into the dirt sheets and see what else is going on. So here's something from ringsidenews.com, and this is Felix Upton. So everybody knows what happened when Von Wagner getting hurt on NXT. So Von Wagner suffered skull fracture in steel step stunt on WWE NXT. So WWE NXT is full of superstars who are all vying for the attention in their own ways. Von Wagner and Braun Breaker had quite a match last week on the show, and it's still drawing headlines. We previously reported that Braun Breaker went rogue last week during his match against Von Wagner. The Breaker bashed Wagner's head in with the steel ring steps. That was a shocking moment that reportedly worried some backstage in NXT. Von Wagner was then stretchered out of the building, and now we have an update. During the WWE NXT this week, they provided a medical update on Von Wagner. Apparently, he suffered a skull fracture during that spot. And here's the quote. Von Wagner has been diagnosed with a minor skull fracture. Thankfully, Von Wagner was able to move at the last moment to take away from the full impact. However, due to the history in brain and skull surgeries, his return has yet to be determined, and he's being closely monitored by leading specialists and medical staff. This was quite a brutal spot, and you can, of course, watch that clip on YouTube. The whole thing is a storyline, but Wagner's history of brain conditions might be real. Only time will tell how they use this angle in the future. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin really played up this steel step angle, so it's likely that they will mention this for some time to come. And they'll, of course, keep us updated with any future updates involving Von Wagner. Here's something else from WrestlingHeadlines.com. Mark Middleton. Nick Khan on CM Punk possibly returning to WWE. So WWE President Nick Khan says the company has nothing but respect for CM Punk. Khan spoke with ESPN's Mark Raimondi for an upcoming interview, and he was asked if WWE would be interested in bringing Punk back following his recent AEW departure. And he was quoted as saying, "Listen, we only have respect for Phil. We appreciated his run here. We appreciate that he did and tried to do with the UFC. Not many people can actually get in there and do what he did, so we have respect for Phil. We wish him nothing but the best." Now, Punk has not worked for WWE since walking out in 2014. But, of course, talks continue to heat up of him potentially returning to the company that he walked away. And then eventually, he walked away for quite a few years before even joining AEW. And we all know how that went. Didn't turn out so well at all. But I guess we'll see. We shall see what happens. I personally think he does show back up. In what fashion, I don't know. I'm going to assume that he'd be pushed as a main eventer almost immediately. Whether it be showing up in NXT or on Raw or SmackDown. I don't think it really matters. Here's an article from WrestlingHeadlines.com. Andrew Ravens. It says RVD recalls conversation with CM Punk days before his AEW release. So while speaking on the One of a Kind podcast, RVD talked about a wide range of topics. During it, the WWE Hall of Famer discussed meeting CM Punk at the Cauliflower Alley Club, where Punk received the prestigious Iron Mike Mazurki Award days before he was released by AEW because of his physical altercation with Jack Perry. He said, and this is a quote, "I just saw him Thursday night. He was getting an award, and he gave a speech, and he came down and talked to me. He was in a really good mood, good vibes, really. Really seemed like he was really happy in the moment, felt like he was having a good time sitting over at the other table by Mickey James. And anyway, he'll be all right. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Who knows? But best wishes to him and everybody." So RVD with nothing but respect. I'm sure Glenola would love this conversation about these, you know, Nick Khan saying that the WWE and company consensus in general is that they respect Punk, and now RVD as well. Kevin Nash shares an update on Cody Hall. This is WrestlingHeadlines.com by Andrew Ravens. So Kevin Nash recently talked about a wide range of topics on his Click This podcast. During it, the WWE Hall of Famer provided an update on Cody Hall, the son of the late Scott Hall, who broke into the wrestling business in 2016. He said, "I just talked to, not much Cassie, but Cody, and I talked to Cody. Cody was a job that opened up in Atlanta, and I wanted to see if I told him to get down there. I know the general manager, so I hope that worked out for him. But yeah, we stay in touch. Cody went to an AA meeting this past week, and I was really proud of him. He's taken on personal responsibility for his life, and you know, he's in a really tough situation." Nash also talked about the broken neck Cody suffered in Japan. Nash said he's 6'10". If he wouldn't have caught one of those young bucks that broke his neck over in Japan, if he just olayed and let the guy bounce off the concrete, he'd probably be in the business somewhere working instead. He got his neck broke over in Japan, and along with that, a lot of dreams got shattered. It's just, when you lose your dad, it's fucked. And I think he and I are kind of the same. I think that maybe I'm like the only person that misses his dad as much as he does. So yeah, I actually didn't realize that Cody Hall had suffered a neck injury over in Japan. That's interesting. Did you guys know that he suffered a neck injury over there? I had no idea that I didn't know that he was suffering for. I mean, I guess, you know, as Nash said, when you lose your dad, and he was close to his dad after. I mean, they had a strained relationship for a while, much like Jake the Snake Roberts had with his family. But they eventually patched up, got close. Cody broke into the business 2016. But yeah, I didn't know that he was having some alcohol issues, and I most certainly didn't know that that he had a neck injury. He suffered a neck injury working over in Japan. I did not know that. But anyways, all right. So anyways, before we dive into any more articles or have a look at the list for the day, we may as well get the show on the go. We have a fire card from Tone Center right to main event. So we're going to get things started right now. So let's get things rocking and rolling with the first match of the afternoon. And look at this. Escanor taking on Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, for the Junior Grand Prix Championship. And that is up for grabs because it was vacated by Christian Hart when he decided to cash in and challenge Humboldt for the Grand Prix Wrestling Championship in today's main event. Now, technically speaking, he is still technically the holder until that match takes place. But the championship is up for grabs. It is our Tone Center of the afternoon. Falls count anywhere between Escanor from Team Lionson Escanor and, of course, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So let's get things rocking and rolling right now. Get the ball rolling. Get the show on the go. Get the electricity flowing. All right. And of course, Honeybee and Jack still have not answered our question. How rude. How rude. But anyway. I mean, I would ask you who you think's going to win this matchup, but you still haven't answered the last question. But here we go. Escanor versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Falls count anywhere for the Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Championship. Let's go. All right. So let's see what else is going on in the dirt sheets here. Here's something from about an hour ago from WrestlingHeadlines.com, Mark Middleton.
Making his way to the ring.
So the title of the article is TKO's long-term plans for WWE and UFC. Products to change is the question, and UFC's interest in WWE and more. So here we go. As we've noted, Tuesday was a historic day for WWE as Endeavor's WWE-UFC merger to form TKO Group Holdings was officially completed. You can find several related stories at the bottom of this post if you come to WrestlingHeadlines.com and check it out. But in the meantime, now that the merger has been finalized, there's a lot of speculation on the future. WWE President Nick Khan and UFC Senior EVP and COO Lawrence Epstein confirmed to ESPN's Mark Raimondi that there are no plans for massive changes to both products. There's been talk of Shane McMahon wanting to buy or at least work with UFC for years, but the interest was not one-sided. For the last 15 years or so, UFC executives have envisioned a combat sports world where WWE and UFC could partner up, according to Epstein. The quote is, "We've always thought there was just incredible opportunity to sort of roll up these two great brands and great organizations in the combat sports space," Epstein said. "We were a little bit early in our thinking on this thing, and of course, it's really exciting and really a dream come true to have this come together." Epstein also revealed that one of the long-term goals for TKO, and this is a quote, "Where we want to get to is where every UFC fan is a WWE fan and every WWE fan is a UFC fan," he said. There was also talk of potential crossover. So the former UFC champion Brock Lesnar, UFC Hall of Famer Ronda Rousey are former UFC stars still on the WWE roster, and while UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier has done some work with WWE, Khan believes the crossover could be a major boost to the life or career of a veteran UFC fighter. UFC fighters are going to stay focused on the UFC, and WWE superstars obviously do something different in our ring, Khan said. But you also see in the UFC people with big personalities who, once their UFC run is done, once the UFC and the fighters say, hey, maybe now's the time to call it a day, could those people have a longer life at WWE, an extended life with TKO? We think so. Epstein looked ahead to one potential scenario where WWE and UFC could both hold a major event on the same weekend in one city. TKO could then go to local tourism authorities and sell them on paying for WWE and UFC as a package deal coming to their arena. So yeah, I mean, I've said it before, I didn't really expect major changes, especially right away. I mean, I'm sure they're going to make some small changes, implement some new ideas and things, but they're not just going to change a business model that was the reason why they spent $21.8 billion to purchase the WWE and then form the TKO Holdings Group. It doesn't make any sense. WWE's a massive household name globally. They're an empire. They're a monster. They're a machine. They know what they're doing. So, and so does the UFC, especially when it comes to combat sports. So I think the two are they're going to do something special. I really believe that. What that is, we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I've had some of my own ideas cross my, because I don't know. I'm wondering if Ronda Rousey goes back and is successful with a return fight. I wonder if Brock Lesnar says, hey, I wouldn't mind having one more fight and go over and kind of do the same thing. And it would be a lot easier for him to do that specifically because, well, I mean, he's in the WWE and they own the WWE, so Jack says posted live status in Discord. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that. So how's your day going, Jack? What's going on this afternoon? We're just doing exciting. One thing I want to check. I want to see if Stream Elements is actually working today.
Well-placed punch, ugly but effective response.
See if we can pull up a list of champions. Champions.
No plan other than to get violent. Strategy can play a role in this.
There we go. So that's working and updated. I still gotta figure out, because I don't know why it works differently with YouTube than it does with Twitch, but that's, you know, obviously not how I intended all that to come. I'm gonna have to figure out how to space that a little better for people. The other problem is they only give you so many characters to utilize to do that, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But anyways, that's the list of champions for YT that is up to date. And here's the list of champions for TWA. And I'm not sure if I put the juniors on here yet. Let's find out. Oh, I did. Okay. Apparently I forgot to update it though. We actually do have a junior world champion now.
Junior world champion, vacant women's junior
and
world
also
champion,
the jackpot numbers should be good to go.
Skipping the rest. Grand Prix champion Christian Hart women's junior Grand
Now the numbers are 401 and 093. So obviously my numbers are unlucky.
Numbers are 2, 7, 1. Good luck, user. There are some amazing and fun channel rewards to choose from if you are the
have another go at it. 157. Still unlucky. So I didn't come close at all. I forget if I have our wrestler change up in here. Nope, apparently I have to update that. Actually thought I had that in there. I'll have to add that in at some point. Weird, I thought I actually had done that. Jack, you want to give that a try and see if it works for you? Oh, wait a minute. That's Dog's command. That's why. I'm an idiot. Yo, Woozy! What's going on, Woozy? Welcome in. Episode number 513. YTD Academy Live, episode number 30, and as you can see, we are no longer using the brand name World War III. We decided to walk away from the World War III name. It is now YTD Academy Clash of the Titans. This is, of course, the debut of the new arena and new show itself. Fantastic show, though, Woozy, today. This is the first match of the day. Tone setter between Escanor and Cody Rhodes for the well, it's not the YTD. It is just the Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Championship, but obviously if you win that, you get to challenge the YTD Grand Prix Wrestling Champion anytime of your choosing. But what's going on, Woozy? What's new and exciting? No, I am on YouTube right now. And I don't think that worked for some reason. Now I got to do it again. I have no idea why.
Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
How's now? Are you back in school, Woozy?
Today, user is Razor Ramon.
I am Razor Ramon. Fantastic.
Heads out, and he has all the time he wants.
All right, but anyways,
and back elbow creates separation.
I'm not in school at all.
You're not in school at all? Okay. I wasn't sure if you were in school, like in college. But yeah, anything new and exciting? How's your adventure in health and well-being going? I know the last time we spoke, You were down 78 pounds. Is that's correct? Yeah. Is that right, or am I off on that number? Was it 78? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match and new Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Champion from Team Lions and Escanor. Escanor, your new reigning defending Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to Lions and Escanor. And of course, his superstar, Escanor. You lost another pound, so you're down. So how many is that? Was I right with 78, or was it 75, 78? I don't. So you're down to either 74, or sorry, 76, or you're down 79 pounds. Is it 76 now or 79? 79 pounds fucking lost. Let's go. That's fantastic, my friend. I'm so happy for you. And I mean, I remember when you were first starting to get ready to change up life and move to Chicago, go live with your dad, and you had some misfortune or just some dismay, if you will, in between. But I remember you were a cross between confused and maybe a little nervous and scared and weren't really sure of your future, and then you pulled things together. You took the move and the change like a champion, and you've put your mind to the task, and you've been doing, right? You didn't just try, because trying is is just simply lack of doing. Trying is for people that want to fail. The people that are setting themselves up for failure try. People that want to make changes, they do. And that's what you did. Now here you are. So that's since November 15th of last year. So since November 15th, which is not even a full year, right? That's 10 months, 79 pounds. That is absolutely amazing. All right, so Escanor, your new Grand Prix Junior Champion. Yeah. And, of course, he'll get his championship later. As I stated, it was for the championship, but the reigning defending champion, Christian Hart, who is challenging Humboldt and cashing in, technically speaking, still has rights to that championship until after the show is over. But Escanor, your new Grand Prix Junior Wrestling Champion. Let's move on to the second match of the afternoon, shall we? And here we go. 1v1 from Team Life is Great, representing the Wolfpack Horsemen. Technically, he's their rogue. I mean, you never know if he's actually going to show up with the Horsemen or just on his own. He's kind of rogue in that sense, right? He's sort of rogue. But Kyle Riley, since inking a contract, has never ceased to amaze anybody with... Because, I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the room, but he's got one of the biggest hearts. He's got a fantastic repertoire, technically. He's powerful. He is powerful for a smaller guy. And his agility and his athleticism is definitely second to none. But tonight he's going to have to use all of that, because 1v1, he is taking on the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And that is next. Let's go. Yo, Life is Great is in the house. What's going on, Life? Popped in at the right time. You sure did. You sure did. Psychosis Kyle Riley going to be taking on the Tribal Chief.
Superstar.
And here he comes. Kyle Riley.
Today, user is Kurt Angle.
Today, Woozy is Kurt Angle. In Woozy, the jackpot numbers are 401 and 093. I already took a shot at it. I was unlucky. Life says, look at that man go.
Kyle Riley. Gentlemen, this has all the makings of an
I got to tell you, Kyle Riley repackaged himself, and since he has been on an absolute tear.
Play.
You know, he was even at one point the Grand Prix Wrestling Champion.
Good luck, user. There are some
844. Unlucky. Again, it's 401 and 093. The numbers haven't actually populated yet, so at least I don't think. I'm just looking now. I don't think they have, though. No, they haven't. So, I mean, they will at some point. I think I have it set to every 20 minutes or something like that. I should probably change that to more like 15. But yeah, so jackpot numbers are good. That seems to be, everything seems to be working fairly well tonight as far as, well, except for the fact that when you pull up the championship list, it's a lot more, it's all messed up in comparison to the way they allow me to do it in conjunction with Twitch. For some reason, Stream Elements just works differently. Like, I gotta figure out what the command is to get it to recognize the username, for instance. I should look that up and see what I have to replace that with.
Well, Archer, I have 2 characters for you, man.
You have 2 superstars for me, do you?
Home for the first time today,
like
so
from Team 1 Uzi TV, or? Life says, I'm working from home for the first time. So that's hype. Fantastic. Working and twerking from home.
Yes.
And by the way, Life, what do you think of the new YTD Academy Clash of the Titans arena? I don't know if you were paying attention to social media yesterday, but we did. TWA decided to walk away from the name World War III and go with something a little different. We did it. We thought it was best for business and the best interest of the Archerverse. Rebrand looks great. Yeah, I was quite pleased with the construction of Clash of the Titans arena. But yeah, episode 30 for YTD Academy Live. Bit of a rebrand. Same epic matches from Tone Center to main event. And of course, again, we're going to have more junior championships on the line a little later. And we're going to see some champions being tested and having their championships put on the line. Elijah Archer is in action again today, looking to defend the Legends Championship against another legend. And by the way, you'll get to see the brand new Legends Championships as well. For a short term there, we did pay homage to the late, great Bray Wyatt and modeled the Legends Championship after what we believe he might think would be a satisfactory championship that he might carry around.
Protecting his Samoan family legacy
But
on top of the food chain.
Change is necessary sometimes. And I think moving forward, we needed to have the Legends Championship looking as prestigious as it actually is. So, brand new Legends Championship. If you haven't already seen it on Discord, you will see it tonight.
And for good reason. He's proven to be one of the most
Archer is defending the Legends Championship tonight against Triple H. So it should be interesting to see what happens there. So far, he's been doing great. He beat Mr. Perfect for the championship, defended against Damien. Just had a title defense again the other day. And then tonight he's going to defend against Triple H. He, of course, defended the championship last against Shawn Michaels. I mean, maybe next he can take out X-Pac. Of course, X-Pac's been running the ring as 6 lately, so X-Pac's not in the house. But we can still have Archer versus 6. Life says, wow, Kyle was kicking ass for a moment there. Yeah, he was. Oh! Roman Reigns over the top rope. Body splash to Psychosis Kyle Riley. You don't see Roman Reigns do that very often, but man, that was savage.
Ablon said to the gym instructor, can you teach me to do the splits?
There's the joke of the day.
Ablon said,
Something I decided to add for just a little entertainment. So the joke of the day is a blonde said to the gym instructor, can you teach me to do the splits? He said, how flexible are you? The blonde said, well, I can't make it Tuesdays. I actually thought Life would like that one. Yo, Strife! Strife says, what the fuck? It's too damn early to hear your voice, Archer. That is too bad, sir. The most must-see show on YouTube and Twitch TV is live. Episode number 30. YTD Academy Live. TWA episode number 513. The show needs a host. It gets the host with the most. Archer is here. Strife is here. You need to fist yourself, sir. Get over yourself. You need to work on yourself. It is never too early for the Archerverse TV. How dare you? Literally just woke up. 074 Woozy. That puts you in the running for the YTD Championship opportunity. Because the number for the YTD op is 093.
To the knee.
You have 074. So we do have a contender finally.
The barricade.
Way to go, Woozy. 142. Unlucky.
Good luck, user.
Again, the numbers are 401 and 093.
Hi, Strife. Thanks. Play. User, your numbers are
753 unlucky.
Good luck, user. There are some amazing.
The famous Woozy is in the house, yeah.
From if you are the chosenest.
That's right, I forgot you haven't had a chance to meet Woozy. Woozy?
This is the famous Woozy.
Strife Woozy. Fawoozinators in the house. Roman Reigns. Oh, spears Kyle Riley right out of his boots. I turned around and literally Reigns is about to launch himself. 2 count only.
We are the manager for Humboldts.
Stripe says, we are a manager for Humboldts. Woozy says, hang on, I'll pop in the broadcast. Fantastic. For quite some time, Woozy is, of course, one of the co-hosts with the most. I mean, there was a time when I first met Woozy that he would have never even thought of getting on the broadcast. He didn't have the confidence yet fully to stream, much less talk to people. And then eventually he decided to give it a shot. He wanted to add a little added element to his experience in the Archerverse TV. He decided to join a broadcast. He had a great time. It went from there to him joining more often. Then next thing you know, he was reading lists and rocking it out like he was a co-host. He was born to be a co-host. So welcome in, Woozy.
Thank you.
So there you go, Woozy and Strife meet one another.
Hello, Strife.
Strife says, we heard you on the VOD from last week. One of the few shows we have missed in the last couple of months since we came. Yeah, you guys don't miss many shows. You do not miss many shows. So anyways, what's new and exciting? Anything?
Nothing, just hanging out. Just figure I pop on and introduce myself to Strife.
Hello, friend.
Fantastic.
Sounds like I cause any villainy right now, even though I want to.
Life says, hello, friend.
Hey, Life, how's it going?
Yeah, it's hard to cause villainy on YouTube. The benefit of being over at the Shark Tank.
It's ghastly.
Isn't it? I know. Life says, that's the third spear Kyle has taken. Yeah, I mean, he's been taking a bit of a beating from Roman Reigns, but I mean, to be fair, he's been dishing it out too. He's been dishing it out too. Usually only YTD shows because the YT part does not alert us when you go live. You have to turn on the notifications for that to happen. That or I have to actually schedule a show. Which, you know, I don't.
You don't, you just do it whenever.
Exactly. The only scheduled show is Genesis, and even that changes from time to time due to work. Work schedule is a savage sometimes. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, picks up the big W. Congratulations to Roman Reigns. Sorry for your dismay, life. Unfortunately, psychosis. I mean, that was too many spears in one matchup for anybody. You know, I don't think it would have mattered who it was. You take 3 spears from the Tribal Chief, I think your night is pretty much, you know, at an end. It just kind of is what it is.
Get used to seeing it.
But look at the bright side. She lasted longer than 30 seconds, like Christian Cool could in the Royal Rumble.
Fair, that is true. You did last longer than 30 seconds. I'm going to be honest, I know why my client didn't expect Roman to win. What? I'm going to be honest, I know he's my client, but I didn't expect Roman to win either. I'll be honest, because, you know, Kyle O'Reilly's been on quite a tear lately, and I thought, you know, well, I mean, he's still pissed off, Roman Reigns is. I mean, Solo and the Usos left the bloodline to go join the Samoan coalition with Big Bubba Bruto. I mean, he's having a bit of a breakdown. And, you know, he's found himself in a spot where he finds himself hungry. He wants to, I mean, he just wants to beat people up. Tonight he chose Psychosis Kyle O'Reilly, unfortunately for you guys. But, I mean, I think Riley looked pretty good in there. Except for when he took the 3 spears. That, not so good. Not so good. But great match nonetheless. And we're going to move on to the next match of the day. Here we go.
See, Archer, I have been doing some projects of my own. I created 2 talents for my team. One male, one female that I will upload later on today.
Fantastic.
Match at all. LOL.
One Uzi TV inking some new contracts. I like it.
It is my own creations.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Stripe says first match. No, it wasn't first match. That was the second match. This is the third match, just in case you can't count. Anyways, next match of the day from Team DJ Snowbeast. It is DJ Snow versus Logan Paul. And, of course, since Snow inked a contract, he has been on a tear. He is undefeated, has not lost a singles matchup, and tonight he's going to see if he can keep that streak alive as he takes on Logan Paul, who is itching to get back into the limelight. Let's see if he can do it by stepping on DJ Snow, or if the snow freezes Paul's feet and he gets taken out of his boots. That could happen. We're going to find out here in a minute.
Soul Embers, how you doing, man?
Yo, Soul Embers! What's going on, Soul Embers? Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. But here we go, DJ Snow versus Logan Paul. Let's turn and burn. Third match of the day. We're on a roll. So yeah, what's going on, Soul Embers? What are you doing?
But yeah, ever since I moved to Illinois, my streaming has not been the greatest because I lost my passion.
Oh, you lost your passion? Well, I mean, that's something you can get that back. I mean, there was a while when I went through my life change and moved to a different home and went back to my fiance. And there was a time where I wasn't sure I wanted to go live again. But
yeah, I just don't have the passion I did before. I started streaming one time and within 5 minutes I'm bored.
From streaming.
Strife says DJ Snow looks like he got the Joker bath. Everyone takes breaks from streaming. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, I believe I took about a month. I believe it was about a month before I started doing shows again. But of course, I mean, I had to get back at it. I mean, I was, after a month not doing it, I was starting to miss it. I enjoy the conversations and the interaction with the community. And I mean, let's face it, we have a good time each and every time we run a show, whether it be YTD Dark and we're all talking on Discord, or whether it's Clash of the Titans or Wrestle Wars Genesis on Saturdays. I mean, there's a reason it became the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence bar none period, is because we have a fantastic community and have a great time. So, everyone, I already read that. Why is Stream Elements saying the YTD Championship match? What the fuck is wrong with Stream Elements? You need to work on yourself, Stream Elements. There's something wrong with you. I mean, I don't really understand why it said that. Do you?
User, your numbers are
I don't. I blame Soul Embers.
I do blame Soul. It didn't happen until he showed up. 232 unlucky, 247 also unlucky.
User, your numbers are 6.
Look, Wizzy, I've been streaming since 2011 and took a break because I lost my passion up until 2015, so I know how it feels. You'll get back when you can. Fair enough. I mean, that's, you know, another instance of somebody that may have lost the passion for a little while and was able to find his way back to his community.
A lot of celebrities come to WWE for a pay.
I think if I can start coming on the Ultraverse again, I can get my passion back eventually.
Relight that flame. Yeah. All right. So while this match is underway, we may as have a look at anything else that might be going on in the dirt sheets.
User is Razor Ramon.
As the wrist trapped.
Oh, okay, here's something from about 20 hours ago. This is WrestlingNews.co, and it's Bray Wyatt's fiance, JoJo Offerman, issues a statement about his passing, and this is by Andrew Ravens. So JoJo Offerman, Bray Wyatt's fiance, took to Instagram on Tuesday to publicly comment on his passing. The wrestling world lost Wyatt in late August when he suffered a heart attack. Wyatt and Offerman had 2 children together. She issued the following statement, and this is a quote. I've written and rewritten this post so many times because there are no amount of words in this world to describe Wyndham and what he means to me. But I've also been avoiding it because in some weird way it makes all of this all too real. I miss the love of my life so much it hurts. He was everything I ever wanted and everything I never knew I needed, and I let him know that every day. I'm so grateful that he allowed me to love him fiercely, but I am so blessed he loved me fiercely in return. He was and always will be the best person I know, my best friend, my soulmate. Wyndham truly gave me a love that will last a lifetime, and oh baby, I thank him for that. He was the kindest, funniest, most caring man in the world. He made me feel beyond special every single day. He made everyone feel special, which was one of the million things I loved about him. Our bond was magical, something only the two of us understood, and that beautiful bond brought 2 perfect babies into the world. That's another thing. He was the best daddy to Nash and Hyrie, Caden, and Kendall. That's right, he had 4 children total. Family was everything to him. Wyndham knew me better than I knew myself, and he always knew how to calm my storm as I did for him. He was the only person in the world that I could be unapologetically myself around, and not only did he accept it, he loved it. I cry because I wish we had more time, baby, but I smile because I was so blessed to be loved by you in the time we did have. I will always love you, Wyndham. I will always show our kids how incredible their daddy is. I will always make sure they know how much you love them. And I will always make you proud, just like you made me proud. I love you forever, baby, until we meet again. Yeah, I can imagine that would have been difficult to write, much less post. It was kind of hard just to read it.
Yeah, and Archer, how dare you go live so early?
How dare I go live so early? That is what Strife said. He goes, what the fuck? It's too early for your voice, Archer. But welcome in, Glenola. What's going on? I don't know if you heard that whole article, but it was an article.
Not the whole thing, but I heard enough.
Yeah. It was actually a little bit hard to read, I'll be honest, but I'm not even going to lie. That's a tough thing to have to write about. You know, it's tough to lose anybody, much less your best friend, your soulmate, love of your life, as she had said.
Hello, Woozy.
Hey, Ganola, how you doing, man?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match from Team DJ Snowbeast. It is DJ Snow picking up the big W. Man is undefeated in singles competition and continues to roll with the punches. Congratulations to Team DJ Snow Beast. So it's
Archer, Vince McMahon no longer owns the WWE.
Oh wow.
Sorry, say that again.
Logan had that for a minute, then DJ Snow just said
No, that's correct. Yes, the UFC WWE merger into TK Holdings Group has been completed.
Yep,
Has been.
They now hold like 80% of the company.
Strife says, oh wow, Logan had that for a minute, then DJ Snow just said, nope. But yeah, he no longer owns it. I mean, he still owns shares, I believe.
Yeah, but if
he
they vote him out, they can.
They can vote him out, and he no longer has control at all. So it's going to be interesting.
And Triple H no longer has. Triple H no longer head of creative either.
No, but I don't imagine his role's going to change, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got that title back. As a matter of fact, him and Dana White just posed together in front of
hell yeah. So he has no say so
the media for a picture together. I mean, like I've said. So listen, Endeavor's not stupid, right? They didn't spend $21.8 billion on the WWE because they think it's a bad business model and can't make money. It's a global empire, a global juggernaut. They know what they're doing. They're household names most places in the world in a lot of different markets. And I said it before. I think the UFC WWE merger is such a great thing. I think you're going to see great potential and opportunity for talent crossovers. Maybe some people that have been fighting a few years and they're ready to hang up their gloves in MMA. But a lot of those guys have big personalities, and those big personalities would resonate very well and transition very well to WWE. And there's some young bucks in WWE that might decide, I want to give that a shot. I would love to get into MMA and fight. Maybe they've got an athletic background in either amateur mixed martial arts and or just martial arts in general, boxing. You never know. But I think there's going to be a lot of interesting opportunities. The door for opportunity is going to be golden, I think. I think it's a great... And not just to mention, like Nick Khan had made a statement, and other people as well earlier, that they believe that there will be crossover opportunities, and they think it's great for the business. So, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. But no, I don't expect them to change too much. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think everybody's been doing just a fine job. But I think Triple H will still be a big part of talent relations and creative, whether or not he has the CEO title or not. I don't think they're going to change too much up there. I think you'll find a lot of people are still going to be working for the WWE. Who knows? We might even see the return of Shane and Stephanie.
I wouldn't want that.
I mean, I do expect one of them, if not both, to return at some point. So, Infinite Oni's in the house. What's going on, Infinite Oni? Welcome in. I wouldn't want that, so what do you say? Speaking of merger, Usher, I think it's time to merge the communities with dog and more. How do you mean? I mean, technically speaking, we all visit Dog Shell. They visit here. They have superstars here. We have superstars there. I mean, we've been merged for a long time as far as Team Dogface goes. I mean, they were the original. They were the OG invaders of the Archerverse. Come over here causing havoc, leaving a path of destruction, taking championships. I blame them for the Wolfpack, actually. I blame them for the Wolfpack. I mean, after they came around, suddenly Alan Severn had a multitude of people walking around making sure that they were acknowledged, so to speak, no pun intended, to the tribal chief, who picked up a big... I don't want Roman Reigns pissed at me, but Tribal Chief just picked up a big W over Psychosis Kyle Riley. So he's probably in the mood to piss out of somebody else, or at least punch somebody in the face still.
I'm going to head out, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Woozy, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Darth Glenola is in the house. It's always great to be visited by the great Darth Glenola.
How flexible are you?
Oh, by the way, so one thing Woozy did say while he was still here is that he is down an extra pound, so he has now lost a total of 79 pounds.
Congratulations.
Right? Isn't that something? And so that's only since November the 15th of 2022. So it has not even been a full year. It's only been 10 months. Actually, not even quite 10 months. And down 79 pounds. That is just fantastic. But anyways, Soul Embers, what's new and exciting? What are you up to? Strafe, what are you up to? I know you just woke up, much like Glenola. Hence, he said basically the same thing when he came in. Literally said, what the fuck? It is way too early to hear your voice, Archer. And how dare he for saying that, actually. By the way, Woozy is in the lead for the YTD Championship op with a 074.
Come in peace.
So the numbers are 093 and 401. Glenalians never come in peace, and they are not friendly. They wreak havoc. They are mind manipulators, cerebral assassins, disgusting, vile, little swines. Do not listen to that. That is misguidance. 112. Well, that puts you in the running. That puts you in the running. I think that takes Woozy. I'd have to do the math on that real quick because he had 07. You know, that does. Because the number is 093. So that is only, 17 away? So
Infinite Oni.
Yeah, Infinite Oni now has, he's only 17 away. So you are the leader for the YTD Championship op. Hey, who got 3 8s?
Me.
Oh, you did. 888. That's awesome. 835. Unlucky. My phone has been ringing off the hook since 10 a.m. I mean, you should just ban all their asses. I mean, why is somebody calling you that many times? What's going on there? All right, here we go. Moving on to the next match of the day. Again, congratulations to Team DJ Snow Beast. And, of course, DJ Snow. Another big win for DJ Snow. And here we go with our next match of the day. It is for the Junior Tag Team Championship. Of course, the Junior Tag Team Championship is being cashed in later tonight, so Junior Tag Team titles are on the line. By the way, I forgot to tell you, Glenola Escanor picked up the vacant Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Championship today.
Awesome.
Yes, so Escanor continues to impress and continue his streak of adding W's to the win column. But anyways, here we go. Next match of the day. It is for the Junior Tag Team Championship. It is the Outlaws. Technically speaking, one half of the Outlaws, one half of the Toxic Outlaws. But they are one giant faction. Taking on the Bullies, Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey. Now, we can't, of course, open any betting lines, but if you were a betting man or woman or anything else for that matter, who do you think takes home the Junior Tag Team Championships? Is it going to be the Outlaws or the Bullies? What would you think, Glenola? Now, this is a, I believe, I want to say it's a regular 2-on-2 match.
No. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the Outlaws. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with the Outlaws.
You're going with the Outlaws on this one? I think no, wait a minute. This might be a TLC match or a ladder match. I can't remember. It's a match. It is a match. I can't find the papers that were in front of me, and I don't know what the hell's going on. But it is. I do know it is for the Junior Tag Team Championship, however. So Team Joe Link and Team Sir Jack the Greatest teaming up to take on Team Infinite Oni's The Bullies is the next match of the day. Let's rock and roll. Time to turn and burn. All right. Now what were we talking about?
They are ready for a fight.
I'm going with double count out. That is ghastly, Soul Embers. Double count out, the man says. That's what he's predicting for the future of this match. How rude.
We haven't had very many of those lately.
On the way to the ring.
Double count outs? No, we haven't actually. Akira Blade, the reigning, defending junior world champion, can challenge the world champion at any time of her choosing. And Dangerous Amber Extreme, they are looking to become the Junior Grand Prix, no, sorry, not the Junior Grand Prix, the Junior Tag Team Champions. So that they can challenge either the winners of the Women's YTD Tag Team Championship matchup later today, or perhaps they go and challenge for the World Tag Team Championships on Saturday, Wrestle Wars Genesis. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe they defend them. Maybe they hang on to them. TWA Revolution right around the corner, and we all know that next week there are no championship matches. It'll be pure feuds, rivalries, faction wars, tag team wars. It's going to be a beautiful week of in-ring action, but there'll be no titles on the line until TWA Revolution, which will, of course, be next Sunday.
And their opponents, Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey, the Bullies.
All right.
This is a top-level team, guys. Each of these superstars could be a...
So Emma says, Archie, you don't have count-outs. I mean, it depends on the match. That totally depends on the matchup. We do have count-outs. We have had them. It's been a while.
Yeah. There for a while, seem to be having a lot.
All the time, yeah.
Count-outs.
Yeah.
Now, granted, in a couple cases, that was because two guys just started beating the shit out of each other outside the ring.
What you up to?
Wolfman had a couple of those where he just beat whoever it was outside the ring. Didn't even try to win the match.
Well, here's some interesting articles. Brian Danielson and Tim Storm. Are you familiar with who Tim Storm is?
Not off the top of my
No,
head,
he's a big NWA juggernaut. But anyways, Brian Danielson clarifying comments about his wrestling future, and of course Tim Storm also addressing his in-ring future, but wants to be full-time with NWA. So let's start with Brian Danielson. This is WrestlingNews.co, Andrew Ravens. So Brian Danielson got fans talking following last Saturday's AEW Collision, where he did a promo about how he promised his 6-year-old daughter that by the time she turned 7, he would stop wrestling full-time. He never said he would retire from in-ring action, but that he was looking to work a more reduced schedule. This announcement comes after he returned from a broken arm in June. It was an injury that prevented him from being with his children the way he wanted, and he called it the worst injury he's ever had because of that. Now, while speaking with Sports Illustrated, Danielson talked about wanting to wind down his career. He said, "I don't think I'll ever reach a point where I declare myself I'm absolutely done," said Danielson. I want the ability to show up when I want to show up. Terry Funk is someone I always admired. He retired a million times, but he loved it so much he couldn't help but keep doing it. And he did it when he wanted. For me, it might be a couple times a year, or it might be years between matches. Danielson added, "In my mind, it's around August of next year. My daughter will say, 'Daddy, are you going to be done wrestling when I turn 7? And I'll respond, 'Well, not exactly when you turn 7, but I'll be on the home stretch.'" Danielson noted that he didn't get to do All In because of the injury, so he wants to be a part of it next year. His daughter turned 7 in May, and if AEW does another Wrestle Dream pay-per-view in Seattle next October, then that could be where he starts to slow down. His contract expires shortly after his daughter's 7th birthday. He noted that he started to realize over the last year he was getting hurt every big match and didn't want to wrestle at the expense of his long-term health. With injuries stacking up, he started questioning, what's the point of taking the risk when his kids want him at home? "I always thought I'd wrestle until the day I die," said Danielson. But it's not going to be this regular weekly wrestling. I don't even know if it's going to be wrestling at big shows. I've always wanted to wrestle for DXIII in Seattle. How easy would it be for me to call a promoter and opt in some weekend? They wouldn't even need to promote me. I could come in, surprise people, and do my thing. So it sounds like he's got plans. Like, he's going to be one of those guys that are always around, whether it's wrestling from time to time or maybe a producer's role or something of that magnitude, you know what I mean? And again, I'm okay with a guy like him doing it. He's been wrestling a long time. He's got a great mind for the business. He's got lots to offer the young generation. You know, when I spoke about active wrestlers getting involved as EVPs and talent relations and creative, I was more talking about people like the Young Bucks that are still really active in you know what I mean? Like they should have no part of that backstage politics. If you want to be an EVP or a producer, then stop wrestling actively. You know what I mean? My opinion.
See, I thought he had retired from in-ring because of the neck issue. But like Ed, they were able to.
Yeah, he made a return. Yeah.
Back, which is
well, I mean, let's face it. The things they're doing in the medical field now are absolutely phenomenal. You know, if we had some of the capabilities now that we didn't when, say, the British Bulldog needed additional help for his neck and spine. I mean, and there were other. I mean, we could sit and name some. I'm sure you could think of people off the top of your head as well. But that's a good example. The British Bulldog suffered an injury after landing on a hinge for a trap door that was hidden underneath the ring apron, underneath the mat. And they probably could have done more for him today than then. You know, it's another great, legendary Hall of Famer that we lost way too young. I think Harry Smith would have had a much different career if his dad had lived too. You know, he's done all right for himself. He was in WWE for a while, and he's been with MLW for quite a spell. It's too bad we'll never get to see him on the same level that his father was, at least not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure there's any interest in doing that for him, but... do you remember Ted DiBiase's son? Well, Ted DiBiase is his son's name.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I actually thought he was pretty good, but he didn't have the passion. You could tell.
Passion and, you know, guy just didn't draw me.
Yeah, well, that's... Oh, yeah. And I think anybody would agree with you. I thought he was good in the ring, but again, you could just tell that he wasn't as motivated as some of the other people that he was in the ring with. I thought that he had zero charisma. He can talk on the microphone, but it wasn't interesting. It wasn't energetic. It wasn't, you know, electrifying, so to speak. He was boring. Right? He was just flat out boring.
And on a different level than the Lance Storm, who had all that skill to back him up, you know, and the ring. And, you know, he could still actually make a halfway decent match out of it. DiBiase couldn't even do that. He was so boring, he couldn't even make a decent match out of it. At least to me.
Strife says, Brian is trying to wait long enough until she grows up and starts to like wrestling. So she says he doesn't have to quit so she can watch him. I mean, you never know. That's definitely a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. And how cool would that be for him if that does happen? Wifey was just messaging me so I could send her a quick text. She had a big event at the place she worked, and they did what's called a tip payout, and her portion from that event was $430.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ad. I mean, so she's a hard worker anyways. Like, she's very good at what she does. She's very personable. Oh, she's messaging me again. Not bad, she says. Yeah, that's a lot more than not bad. She works very hard. She's you know, she's a full-time mom. Now our children are grown up now. I mean, our son just had a birthday. He's 18 now. So, but you know, she's a hard-working mom, and she's also trying to build a business on the side that's to do with health products to help people with vitamin supplement, to help them with energy, to help them lose weight. There's a multitude of things that the product she's selling and the business she's trying to build on the side is capable of doing. So she's very hard worker, and she's doing very well for herself, and I'm very proud of her. Because, I mean, she could just simply focus on the new business and try to build that, but she's not. She's also going out and working at a very busy golf course that has a very busy restaurant because it has very, very good food. And they also offer, of course, you're able to go there and reserve spots to. Yeah, it's open to the public too. It's not. You can reserve spots and go and eat with a family, or you can have a party there, or maybe you're golfers and are just there for the afternoon and you have 20 people with you, or whatever the case may be. It's not just for the golf course; it is open to the general public as well. So it's busy there. So she's busy constantly, and then of course she comes home, deals with me, deals with. When Saphir is here, she deals with the little mini she, and still goes to work, continuing to build her business. So she's a hard worker. So she deserves to have moments like that. So it's good. I'm proud of her.
For what I've heard, no, friends, just what I've heard, and the pictures I've seen, I think that dealing with the mini she is very much a pleasure for her.
Oh, she loves mini she. Yeah, they have an absolute great bond. Holy shit. Here we are talking. I'm looking at the chat. I'm not even paying attention to the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and new junior tag team champions from Team Infinite Oni. It is the baddest bitch on the planet, Ronda Rousey, and Sonya Deville, the Bullies, your new junior tag team champions. So congratulations to Team Infinite Oni, and of course the Bullies picking up a big W over the Outlaws. Crazy. I'll be honest, I actually did not expect that. I don't know if anybody else did. Luke Bomber's in the house. Ooh, you chopped up there for a second.
Yeah, I did.
That was weird. Welcome in, Luke Bomber. That's, of course, Luke the Gooner 94 from Twitch. The management team for the Gooner Luke Bomber in TWA and YTD. What's going on, Luke? Isn't Daniel Bryan the star of Collision now? I mean, no, not really. I mean, he's there from time to time, but he also does Dynamite and other thing. I mean, outside of Chris Jericho, does AEW actually have stars? I mean, they have a rising star in one MJF, but I mean, I feel like his time in AEW will come to an end sooner than later. Now, again, I did say I'm not saying he's definitely going to immediately jump ship as soon as his contract is up in 2024, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Endeavor Group, the TKO Holdings Group, UFC and WWE, they are going to toss some money at MJF. Now, whether or not maybe he decides, well, you know what? I do want to go. I do want my WrestleMania moment. I do want to go over and have some of the greatest matches of my life on the grandest stage of them all. But maybe he re-signs for AEW for an extended 1-year contract or 2-year contract and continues to hone his craft, so to speak. That said, if he does jump ship and goes over, I'm not going to be surprised. Again, I'm telling you right now, Tony Khan better open up his big fat wallet, because I guarantee you that the WWE is going to do just that when they have the opportunity to sit down and talk to MJF. That dude is the future. Not just in wrestling, you're going to see him in movies. You're going to see him on TV. He's very good at what he does. He's still a little bit green in certain areas. Like, one thing, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me or not. One thing MJF does have to work on still a little bit is his match flow. He's very good. He tells a great story, but the flow and the transition of some of his moves that he does, they need a little work. They just need a little boost. Oni said, "Wow, I won!" That is damn shockingly quick. Yeah, I thought that matchup would have been a little longer, but the Bullies did not play. Ronda Rousey and Sonya Deville come in with an agenda, and they completed it. There was no punches pulled, no shits given. What the hell was that?
Blonde said to the gym instructor, "Can you teach
Did you hear that? Was that you?
That little thing may come from my cell phone. I was looking
Oh!
Can't he make two?
Yeah, I
Granola is sexting people, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure. No,
well, I wasn't sure what it was. It was
service.
just no phone service.
Yeah, no, I
just using it for
phone for all, so
just for internet purposes. Yeah. Okay. There's the joke of the day. Can anybody miss it? That was the joke for the day. I will read it for you one more time. A blonde said to the gym instructor, "Can you teach me how to do the splits?" The gym instructor said, "Well, how flexible are you?" Blonde said, "Well, can't make Tuesdays." That was awesome. That was the best joke ever. Don't even lie. Best joke ever. All right, here we go. Moving on to the 5th match of the afternoon, and this one here is going to be a slobber knocker. The quickly rising savage of a woman from the women's division, newly inked Briar Rose from Team Rocca, taking on Ashley Sky from Team Soul Embers. This is for the Pure Wrestling Championship. It is a Falls Count Anywhere match, I do believe. Again, I seem to have misplaced my papers, but I believe this is a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Ashley Sky.
Either way, it is with the Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. Newcomer Briar Rose and management team at Rocca taking on Team Soul Embers and Ashley Sky. That is next. What do you guys think? Ashley Sky's looked damn good lately. Putting on some master classes. Do you think Ashley Sky can defend and retain her title, or do you think Briar Rose is going to step up her game and grab a hold of her very first championship in YTD Academy? What do you guys think?
Archer, did you?
What about you, Glenola? Do you think Ashley Sky, or do you think have you seen any of the matches of Briar Rose as of late, or no?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. Okay, you haven't had the pleasure yet. All right. Soul Ember is always trying to engage in conversations we just do not have live. He was always good for that. That's part of the struggle bus. You know, he doesn't. Meet zoom. I mean, he doesn't have the struggle bus anymore. He traded that bad boy in.
It's under my name for the new intro and everything.
I mean, there were some crazy moments. Crazy moments. Like, you know, Metro No Name!
Now he's stuck with that Prius that has its struggles where the struggle bus had no issues.
You know who I miss? Mr. T. We always had the greatest entrance for Mr. T. He actually had a command on his, and until we abused it, and he put I think initially he put a cooldown, but then he made it. You had to redeem points, or was it points, or was it?
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking if it was gems, or if it. I always call them gems now because we call them beautiful tiny little gems. What the fuck are they called?
Bits.
Bits. Thank you. It's been so long since I have ever referred to them as bits. I couldn't even remember what the hell they were called. Under my contract, name for the new intro and everything is all right. Fantastic. I don't. Now this is for Ashley Sky. You're talking about. She ordered new ring gear, did she? New intro and everything. She's repackaging herself. I'm not sure if I got the memo on that. I'll have to check.
Yes, for Sky.
Okay. We'll make sure we get to that. If we haven't already, but I'm thinking we haven't. I'm not sure we got the memo on that. I will look, though. I'll double check. I will fact check myself. How do cows learn the current events? They read the Moo paper. Of course they do. They read the Moo paper. That's got to be the answer. All right. Anybody else wants to tell a joke? Feel free. Except for you, Strife. You're not allowed. Fuck yourself. Anyways.
Well, I'm going to be nice.
You're going to be nice?
Yes. Give y'all a free Johnny.
A free Johnny joke. Before you do, though, Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time to turn and burn. It is showtime and go time. Briar Rose from Team Rocket taking on Ashley Sky from Team Soul Lumber. This is for the Pure Wrestling Championship. Let's rock and roll. And feel free, sir.
Alrighty.
The floor is yours.
Johnny's teacher asked the class one day what their favorite animal was. And Johnny says, fried chicken. Teacher says that wasn't funny, but she couldn't have been right because everyone else laughed. Johnny's parents told him always tell the truth, and he did. Fried chicken was his favorite animal. So he told his dad what happened, and his dad said the teacher was probably a member of PETA. He said, they love animals very much. I do too, especially chicken, pork, and beef. Anyway, Johnny's teacher sent him to the principal's office. He told him what happened, and the principal laughed too. And he told him, don't do it again. So the next day, the class teacher asked what their favorite live animal was. So Johnny says, chicken, because you can make fried chicken out of it. So she sent him back to the principal's office. Principal laughed and told him, don't do it again. So, Johnny just, was really confused about this. He was being honest. So, the next day, walking there, teacher asked the class who their favorite famous person was. Johnny looks at was Colonel Sanders.
Good God. Good old Johnny jokes from the great Glenola.
And I was reading a picture that somebody had taken a picture of a joke. So that's why it was hard for me. I was kind of losing the flow a little bit. It was hard for me to see it on the phone.
Right. Strife says, I love animals with potatoes and brown gravy. Strife has got the vibes.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised Life isn't cracking jokes. Life, you need to work on yourself. You're always telling us jokes. Today you've told us none. We're sad. Life is in the house. So Luke the Gooner, you still here? I think he is. Am I in any matches today?
Big match here, guys. Is the title be on the line tonight? And the champ is
I don't think so, Luke.
But all it takes is one wrong move.
I don't think so.
Could be going home with somebody else.
She is determined to stay atop the division.
Not booked on the show. That doesn't mean you won't have a dark match at some point later today or something of that magnitude. Usually when we have an afternoon live show, we end up having dark matches later in the day, right? So anything is possible.
And I got to go get some food myself, Archer, speaking of food. So I'll be lurking.
Okay, lurk away. Alright. Alright, so we may as well dive back into the dirt sheets and see what's going on while these guys are getting the matchup underway for the Pure Wrestling Championship. Let's see. Oh, let's address the Tim Storm. So Tim Storm, again, for you guys that don't know, he's a juggernaut for NWA. He's actually quite a good wrestler, and he's been around a long time, so he's got a good mind for the business. He tells a good story in the ring still. It's kind of crazy. I forget how old he was. They might say in the article, I'm not sure, but he is aging for sure. He'd be in his 50s at least, I believe, but in fantastic condition and can still go in the ring. It's actually kind of crazy. So, here we go. This is WrestlingNews.co, Andrew Ravens. And again, it's Tim Storm addressing his in-ring future. Wants to be full-time with NWA. So, Tim Storm did an interview with Andrew Tobbs. Following highlights were sent to us. Tim Storm isn't sure if he'll be more active in the ring for NWA post-75th anniversary. Now, to answer your question about whether I'll be more active in the ring for NWA post-75th anniversary, I don't know. I've said this before, and I want to make sure I say it carefully because I don't want anybody. Here's how it's been. It was when Jim Cornette left, and then Wade Barrett came in, and then Wade left because of the pandemic. We just basically shut down, and then he's going to come out the other side with WWE. NWA came to me and said, Okay, bring a suit. We want you to do a couple of matches on the pay-per-view on the announce table, okay? You know, whenever I'm good, I didn't have a match on the pay-per-view, that's good. Joe Galley comes up to me, and I'm getting dressed, and he goes, so I hear you're here to do commentary. And I went, yeah, a couple of matches. I don't know which matches yet, but they haven't told me which matches. And he goes, no, you're doing commentary. And I went, I know, I just don't know which matches. And he goes, no, you don't understand. You and I are doing commentary for the whole live pay-per-view. And I went, okay. And later, Pat Kenny comes up and goes, are you nervous about this at all? I went, no, am I supposed to be nervous? I mean, seriously, is this something I should be thinking about? And he goes, no, you're fine. So here's what I say. I'm always careful. When they put me on the commentary and I told them, okay, at this point, you're more valuable on commentary, in my mind, what I'm thinking is, oh, so you're saying I can't wrestle for you? Is that what you're saying? Am I not good enough to wrestle? This is my ego inside. Now, on the other side of that is, if they say, hey, we got you with a match, somebody else is doing commentary inside, I'm immediately going, oh, wait, I'm not good enough to do commentary? I want to do well at whatever I'm doing. So apparently there's been lots of talk of Storm transitioning to a backstage role, discussions of talent relations, and he has agents in matches. Storm wants to be full-time with NWA. And he said yes to all of that, if he could see himself transitioning to a backstage role. There's been a lot of discussion off and on, because I don't know how long this has been now, 5 or 6 years. It's been discussed about talent relations. Pat Kenny's there now. He does a fantastic job. I've agented a few matches, but now if you say, okay, well, look, who we have agenting matches, we're not talking about good wrestlers, we're talking about wrestling legends. Homicide, Medusa has been there, Jazz, who should be in the Hall of Fame. I work with her for another organization, and I agent matches with that one, but I learn from her every time. She should be in the Hall of Fame, and she may be the baddest, her catch line, but she was one of the baddest women in wrestling for a long time. When you look at those people, I don't fit into those categories, Someday, maybe. I'm going to keep learning. I watched those guys, and I saw Homicide handle a situation one day, and I walked over, and I went, could you walk me through that? And it wasn't a wrestling thing. It was a how did you handle that diplomatically without... so I'm always learning, and so I don't fit into the category yet, but I'll keep working at it, and maybe at some point, yeah, I would do anything, My shoot job, I'm a teacher, and my ultimate goal would be to get to a point where I'm not teaching and I'm doing something for the NWA full-time, whatever that may be. Storm speaks in about the passing of Joseph Hudson, the question mark man. Shares that Hudson put together commercials that aired on NWA Power. He said, it's interesting. I got a text about a couple of months ago from Austin Idol, and he said, who was our original crew of guys? And I think what he was asking was, he was kind of trying to put it together, like who was here on this, and I think what he was asking was probably more like Season 1 of NWA Power, I think. But that's not the way I took it, and I called him and I said, well, here's our original crew of guys. It was me as the champion. It was Nick coming after the championship. It was Josephus, right? It was Joseph, and then the big surprise when I lost the title was Austin Idol came in as Nick's manager at the time, and I said, and that was our entire crew. That was it. We had 3 wrestlers, and then Austin came in as the manager, and what a lot of people didn't realize is the stuff Joseph was doing behind the scenes, because he was like a music professor. I don't know if it was at junior college or a college. That's what he did. He was editing. He was producing. One of the things that a lot of people really loved about the first couple of seasons was we really had, intentionally, we really had that throwback old school NWA look. The commercials, Joseph was doing a lot of those commercials, right? And putting those together, so his talent was outside the ring. He was doing a little bit of everything. Joseph and I were definitely friends. We had a really interesting chemistry at times. We were where we loved each other, but it was more like 2 brothers who would kind of rib each other all the time. To this day, I miss Joseph. Way too young. He loved that kid. Joseph Hudson, and for him to lose his dad that young, wow! Gonna pause that, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is all. The winner of the match and new YTD Academy Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Rocca. It is Briar Rose picking up the big W and becoming the new reigning defending Pure Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to Team Rocca. And of course, Briar Rose. Huge win over Ashley Sky. Congratulations to Briar Rose. And of course, to Team Rocca. Rocca's on a fucking roll. Oh my God. All right, just gonna have a quick look at the chat before I finish that article.
Stop making this about you, Saxton. This is about the new champ.
You're about to work at a pizza place? What pizza place? I'm just gonna scroll back, see if I missed anything here. But Luke said, I draw the ratings. I should be booked. The dark matches one you upload to YouTube later on. Yeah, well, yeah, dark matches are always on YouTube, Luke. Dark matches are always on YouTube. Although it would be fun sometime to have a special edition of Wrestle Wars Genesis and have some just dark matches. Nothing but faction wars and mid-card championship matches. That'd be kind of fun. We could look into doing something like that. I don't think we've ever done that. I think since we started the concept of dark matches, it's always been on YouTube. But I mean, if you guys would like to see some TWA dark matches, I can arrange that. Once in a while, TWA titles show up on YTD, but not very often. Television championships more than anything, but not very often. And of course, there's the Legends championships, but they're cross-promotional.
Play.
Strife says, wow, ended it with a punch to the crotch. Actually, he said cooch. Look at old Cooter. 067. And the number is 093. That would have put you in the running. But I believe it was Woozy that already got within 17. James West is in the house. What's going on, James West? Management team for Jezebel West, one of the baddest women on the TWA and YTD women's division rosters. Welcome in. So guys, the numbers are 401 and 093, just so you know. And you can do your superstar switch up if you want. You can see who you are for the day. That is working today. We were actually talking about that a little bit earlier. How for some reason Stream Elements doesn't always act as good bedfellows with YouTube like it does with Twitch. I don't know why that is, but one thing I still have to figure out is how to get the username to show up on YouTube. It's not the same user code as it is over on Twitch, so I have to figure that out still. I do have to figure that out.
I've been playing Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Soul Embers is Jay Uso.
Superstar. As you know, we are Razor Ramon.
We are Razor Ramon, Strife said.
Today, is Christian Hart.
Looks like James West is Christian Hart. Sorry about that. I mean, you could have gotten somebody much better than Christian Hart. I do apologize if you're in any sort of dismay. I completely understand. Nobody wants to be the 30 and 30 man. All right. Anyways,
Superstar.
We're going to move on.
Today, user is Xavier Woods.
Glenola is Xavier Woods, a.k.a. Consequences Creed. I loved that gimmick, and I loved his body of work in TNA. All right, so let's finish off that article, and we'll get to the next match of the evening. Afternoon, actually. And there's the brand new Legends Championship. Again, for a period of time, we of course did
the new jackpot number
pay homage to the late great Bray Wyatt, and we had a Legends Championship dedicated to him. But change is good. It is time for change. It is time to move on. And we have a brand new Legends Championship Of course, both B. Jackson and Elijah Archer have also already received their championships. And they are beautiful championships. If you haven't already seen it on Discord, we did post it on Discord. But if you haven't already seen it on Discord, you are going to see the championships live here tonight. And we're going to start things off with Triple H, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, looking to dethrone the one Elijah Archer, who, if I might say, is on a hell of a roll since defeating Mr. Perfect for that title. Has defeated, he beat Mr. Perfect for the championship. He defended against the Nightmare Damien, defended against Shawn Michaels. Tonight he looks to take out the Game Triple H and send him home empty-handed, but that's the next match of the afternoon. But first we're going to finish that article. Welcome back.
And now I see why you got rid of the Championship Explosion redeem, knowing Archer would lose his title because of it.
I mean, there were several reasons. I'll be honest, I never liked the Championship Explosion. I don't like the idea of somebody working hard and getting a championship and all of a sudden for no reason at all. Like, there was occasion where it was used as a storyline, but most people didn't. They just did it. Yeah. And it's just like, you watch that happen, it's like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, but, Archer lost his via Explosion. That was basically storyline based, etc. So, but
I mean, I tried to use it for a storyline. Or just to torture Elijah Archer, which was just as good as a storyline.
Fair enough. So the last little bit of that article about Joseph Hudson, it just says he was way too young. Love that kid, Joseph Hudson's son, and for him to lose his dad that young, that a great person, cared so much about his son, and to have that taken away and so unexpected for all of us but his family, I can't imagine what that would be like. So that's Tim Storm. He's somewhat uncertain, but he knows he wants to be able to work with NWA full-time. Honestly, I hope they make that happen for him. He's been completely loyal to NWA. He's been a great NWA champion from time to time. He's held the title more than once. And, again, even though that he's aging, he's in his 50s, I believe. You can fact-check that for me. Tim Storm is his name. But I believe he's in his mid to late 50s. But he can still tell a great story. He's still in phenomenal shape. And he's a NWA juggernaut. He should be in the Hall of Fame himself. He says the Jazz should be in the Hall of Fame. I hope he is at some point as well. I got to tell you, the next time NWA is up for sale, I really hope that the WWE, a.k.a. TKO Holdings Group, finally gets a hold of that company. Whether or not they keep it up and running, I mean, if they were smart, they would. That'd be a great secondary company to have in direct competition with AEW and Impact. But even if they decide not to, they have the library, and it puts NWA into infamy. It will live on literally forever as part of the WWE. But yeah, a lot of legendary champions that held the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, that 10 pounds of gold, including Nick Aldis, who's now, working as a TV producer in WWE, amongst other things he'll probably do. I do expect him to have some great wrestling matches as well. But that guy's not even that old. I think he's only like 38 years old. And man, he's done some great stuff, and he still has quite a career left if he really wants to. So,
and Tim Storm is 59.
59 years old. So yeah. So I'm assuming that his in-ring career will come to a halt here at some point. But again, I'd like to see that guy get what he wants and be offered a position within the NWA company. That'd be awesome. Hopefully they see as much value in him as they should see in him. But, all right, here we go. Next match of the day, Legends Championship on the line. Falls Count Anywhere. The Game, Triple H versus the one Elijah Archer. Let's go. All right, I do have to take a quick break. I have to visit the facilities, and my beverage is empty. My throat's a little dry. So I'm going to step away for a couple minutes. I don't know if you want to tell a Johnny joke, if you want to tell them a story. I mean, I would at this point probably redeem Truth. My God, Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit, but I can't do that. It does not allow me to do that, as ghastly as that is. But I won't be long, guys. Enjoy the match while I'm gone. Hopefully, I'm back before the end of the match. That'd be great. I do want to see what goes down. I mean, like I said, Archer's been on a bit of a tear. I'm interested to see how he performs against Triple H. But I'll be right back.
As real rocket, I love those gloves you have in your PFP. Well, a cheap shot.
What's best
Well,
for business?
let me think real quick, and I'll maybe try to give you a tree of knowledge, guys. Well,
he spent his entire career accumulating power. Like a master chess player from DX to Evolution to the Authority, now behind the scenes in WWE and NXT.
this is a short one.
Every match as a
But
threat
as a
to his power. And
junior high
that's what keeps his
student, I
motivation
actually received
so strong.
a
That's why you
commendation
don't
from
step to
NASA.
the throne of the King of Kings.
Now that's all I'm going to give you. You got to decide whether or not I'm telling the truth or not.
Now the intimidation and mind games have already begun for Triple H. Because the moment the music hits, Triple H begins to defend his kingdom.
Well, that's because Triple H looks at every competitor as a threat to his crown.
We are about to see a battle here tonight.
Okay, Strife says they believe it. See if anybody else has an opinion.
I do too. I've lost them though and I'm not about it,
Corey,
lol.
what do you think of the champ's chances here tonight?
I love him. I'm not like everybody else, Cole.
Rocca
Seems like everybody's ready to write the champ's demise, but not me.
believes it.
He's locking up with one of the greatest icons of any era.
He's going to have the greatest performance of his career.
I think Archer needs to lay off the juice.
Soliver says he thinks Archer needs to lay off the juice. Okay. Well, last opportunity. Anybody else have an opinion on the tree of knowledge or rotten fruit?
Introducing the challenger from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, the Game, Triple H!
I'll be the odd one and call BS.
Soul says BS.
And his opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada,
Alrighty.
weighing in
Well,
at 255 pounds. He is
it is actually true.
Star Champion,
1988 and 89, there was a contest to name the next space shuttle. And Endeavor ended up being chosen. But my class also had submitted a name, and we were in the final choices of names. You know, there was a few of us that named, tried to get Enterprise. But Or no, it was Constitution. We wanted to get Constitution. That's what we were voting for. But we ended up getting a thank you from NASA.
Yeah, I mean, once a
for our,
match is called by
choice,
it finally matters in our industry.
All that, we got to look.
Mr. Modest today, are
you?
Oh, a nasty
little,
stop to finish it off.
Certificate, each one of us.
Here. Uh-oh. Vertical
suplex. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even know if we still have the certificate. It's probably been lost over the years. But it's kind of neat.
This is how you punish.
Yeah, it ended up being named in the Endeavor. So the Space Shuttle Endeavor was named by school children. If you can believe that. Yeah, we were trying to get a Constitution, and
Triple H did his homework. Big time clothesline. Good grief.
So. You know, I've got a few weird things like that, you know.
Stopping the ref's count at 2. Really had less than a second to stay alive there. The dangers in this kind of match are endless. Byron, what can we expect in this one? It's all about the dangers of the unknown. The fight could go anywhere. An attack can come from anywhere. Well, this is when we see just how far someone's willing to go to defeat their opponent, because anything goes. Nice combo. He leaves the ring and there's no countouts in this one. Moves outside. What's the plan here? Nice amateur takedown.
Wow, I mean, Archer's doing it. I was really thinking it's Triple H.
The game struggling. Triple H at the mercy.
I'm not sure if that was the smartest move to go grab the, try to grab that or stairs, but
goes under the ropes to get back inside. And he heads out of the ring. No countouts, no worries. Being carried around with ease.
Went for the AKO, but that kind of backfired.
Delivered into the barricade.
Once again, going for stairs backfires.
Oh, man. What a nasty STO. And a carefully measured knee drop.
Yeah, that set of stairs ain't working, so let's go try this set.
Cutter flattened to retain the title.
And he fights it off.
I have returned. Pinfall by Elijah Archer, only a 2 count though. What have I missed here? Like, what's going on? Oh, Jesus Christ. An AKO out of nowhere. I didn't see what led to the pinfall the first time, but I know what led to it that time. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. Another legend under his belt as the one Elijah Archer picks up the big W and is still your reigning, defending, undisputed Legends champion. Congratulations to Elijah Archer. He's defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels in less than 24 hours. That's an amazing feat. But no, he's been on quite a roll, though. From Mr. Perfect to Damian, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, that's quite the tally he's got going. The beautiful new Legends Championship belt. Damian does have some ring rust. He's got to sort that out. Now, to be fair, Damian made a comeback after losing to Archer the first time, and he is now officially the Junior Legends Champion. So Archer will at some point have to get back into the ring and go toe-to-toe with the Nightmare Damian. So there's that. Strike said Triple H is broke. Yeah, I missed the whole match. I saw when I come back, he was pinning Triple H. I did not see what led to that, and then he AKO'd him and beat him. So I have no idea really what transpired in that match. That matchup didn't last nearly as long as I thought it might. But the one Elijah Archer picking up another big W. Archer AKO'd Triple H once and broke his face open. Then he When he got up, he did it again for the win. I mean, did Triple H put up any fight at all? Or was it just a dominant performance? I don't know. You guys will have to tell me, because I missed the entirety, except for, like I said, I saw, when I came back in, told Glenola I was back, I noticed that Archer was pinning Triple H. He got up, Triple H got up, and he just shot an AK out of nowhere and ended the match. So, I mean, I really don't know really what happened. I do not know. I do know Archer's still the reigning defending champion. And here we go, we're officially in the championship rounds. Next match is a TLC tag team matchup between the reigning defending junior women's tag team champions, the Wolfpack Gals from Team Tiliana Pierce and Team Distinct Cone. It is the Viking Rose Brewer. Oh, wait a minute, it's not Tia Stevens tonight. It is actually She-Fiend, I forgot. Sometimes I forget she's part of the Wolfpack Gals because they really just slip her in from time to fuck people up. And fuck them up in more than one way, because I'll tell you, when She-Fiend and the Viking Rose Brewer get in a ring together, that is a destructive force right there. That is a destructive force. But they are taking on Winter Swarm from Team Infinite Oni and Team Honeybee Wrestling. It is January, the coldest bitch on the planet, and B. Jackson putting their titles up for grabs. Now, of course, the women's junior titles were won earlier by the Bullies after they defeated the Outlaws in action. So we will have new junior tag team champions immediately following the show. But they are still, for now, the reigning defending junior tag team champions until the show concludes, and, of course, until this match is over, first and foremost. The question is, can they beat Winter Swarm? Winter Swarm has been one of the most dominant factions in the history of TWA, if not the most dominant. They won every single women's championship there was. Tag team championships, singles championships. I mean, B. Jackson has been Triple Crown champion, Grand Slam champion. January became quintuple and sextuplet champions. That is a feat nobody may never. I mean, nobody may ever reach that feat again. Mm-hmm. That is a whole new level of awesomeness. But I think we have seen her fight, but never caught her name. She-Fiend? She-Fiend is, well, she's very fiendish. She is so devious that even the Fiend left the company. He couldn't handle her. Figured they'd be on the same level, you know, considering. But, yeah, he couldn't handle her. Fiend left. Bray Wyatt came back in. It was a whole chaotic scene, really. But anyways, here we go. YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. It is the Junior Champions versus the YTD Tag Team Champions. Wolfpack Gals versus Winter Swarm. Let's go.
And I did fulfill a tree of knowledge or rotten fruit, Archer.
Oh, did you? What was the what was your story?
Well, you should have stayed here and you could have heard it. No.
I mean, I would have, but then I would have had to pee my pants.
And that's my problem where?
By the way, what do you think of the Clash of the Titans arena? I know you always say you like the ball, but
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks good. It really does.
You know, after time went on, I'll be honest, just TWA, the Archerverse TV channel in general, decided that World War III was not the look we were going for. I mean, we have battles in the ring. We do have Wrestle Wars Genesis. You know, we have wars, battles. But it just wasn't, after prolonged thought, an appropriate name. Because we have battles and wars, but we also have a lot of fun. Right? We have a promotion full of talent. The talent pool is immense. It is deep. But World War III is just something not many people want to think about, much less necessarily tune in to watch. It's not as inviting. You know, maybe for a once a year stream preview or something like that, but not your weekly show. But anyways, Strife says if Bray Wyatt is not on this year's Hall of Fame, we'll be very disappointed. Well, to be honest, I think he probably will be. Yeah. I would almost guarantee that'll happen.
And they are the tag team.
But I mean, I don't know, obviously, but one would assume. And I hope J.J. Offerman I forget who said it. Was it Eric Bischoff or Vince Russo or somebody? We hope that J.J. Offerman gets a job with WWE, and they take care of her and those kids. You know, I mean, I'm sure Bray left money. I think it was too.
A blonde said to the gym instructor,
the Daily Joke popped back up. I was like, what's that? That is Stream Elements. Yeah, Stream Elements actually working fairly smooth today. The champion list worked today too. Although it still comes up a little differently than it does on Twitch. So it's a little jumbled together, but at least it's working. It's all working at least. Except for I forgot to update the junior section. I'll do that after the show, obviously. Because we have a new junior women's tag champions. We have a new junior legends champion. We have a new junior world champion. By the way, did you see who the new junior world champion was? If not, I'm not going to say anything because I know you like to catch up on your own.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you one thing, though. It's been great to see 3TV Reese and Coach B back in action.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I miss those guys. I really do. Not just the TWA and all that. I miss Coach B and 3TV Reese.
Yeah. Why am I getting...
I don't even get to see Key that often anymore. And, you know, the Trigger Talk TV was an awesome group.
Yeah, it was. I mean, technically they're still around doing things, just not the same way they were.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, they were a fantastic group. They helped a lot of us.
Get going.
They have to be creative. They
have
to create their own opportunities.
I wish we could figure out someday how many people they really helped get affiliates.
Oh, that would be a big number. That would be a big number, us included, right?
Yeah.
So, but how interesting is the voice Reese Williams returns, in his debut match becomes the junior world champion, then goes on and wins the world championship. He's a perfect 2-0, perfect 2-0, 2 titles. Now, I know one's junior, right? One was a junior championship, which he no longer. But that's not that. Yeah, exactly. So, definitely not my point. We currently have no junior men's champion. I don't think. Did we get one last night? I'm trying to remember. Or no, was it last night? The night before? I'm getting my nights confused. I think it was the night before. No, I believe we have a new. No, we do have a new junior world champion. The Nightmare Damien, as a matter of fact. It wasn't
okay, you mentioned that.
Well, no, I actually accidentally said Junior Legends Champion, and that he'd have to face Archer again. I'm incorrect. He ended up winning the Junior World Championship, so he will fight Reese the Voice Williams or whomever is holding the World Championship at the end of the week. Because of course, next week, final push. No championship matches next week. But we are going to have some badass faction wars, tag team matchups, singles competition that will push us right into TWA Revolution. So it's going to be a great week. Don't always have to have titles on the line. Our talent pool is deep enough. We don't need to do that anymore. So there's going to be there'll be lots of times where you might see a show with titles all night long, and there'll be nights where you see titles just in the championship rounds, just like the old days. We're going to go back to more of a... Because sometimes I think champions are defending a little too often. That leads to injuries, burnout, other such things. We can't have that.
Well, there's some champions that, some wrestlers that don't feel there's such a thing about too often.
Yeah, that's true.
Wolfman will defend twice a night.
I mean, yeah, he would fight all day long if you let him. He's a savage. I mean, there's no question about that. He's a savage. Only the She-Fiend going after the belt. She-Fiend's trying to pull that title down. Here comes B. Jackson, though. And January. Which one's going to go up the ladder? What? Neither of them? Wow. That has got to be the fastest TLC Tag Team Championship match I've ever seen. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. the winners of the match and new junior tag team champions from Team Distinct Cone and Team TWA, She-Fiend and the Viking Rose Brewer, the Wolfpack Gals, your new reigning defending YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Champions. Wow.
Awesome.
Representing well tonight for the Wolfpack are the Wolfpack Gals. Congratulations to Distinct Cone and, of course, the Viking Rose Brewer and She-Fiend. I mean, you can never really tell if She-Fiend's happy. That's the problem. You know what I mean? And she just won a title. You have no idea what her emotions are. I mean, the look on her face is purely terrifying at best. So, but man, that was a fast match. What in the holy hell is up with that? Wow. I mean, am I the only one shocked by that? That's crazy. All right, the next match of the day, and of course,
the bigger the title, the less
this is going to be for the men's junior tag team championship. Or no, sorry, this is the junior champions cashing in for the YTD tag team championship. It is Count Dexcula from Team Froggy Moth Legs, and of course, the Omega, Marshall Omega from Team Night the Undying, taking on Tony Stone from Team Shadows, and of course, the man called Drek, D-Rex, from Team Dedrick. It is Weapons of Mass Destructions versus the Wolfpack Horsemen. That is next. Championship is up for grabs. And I already know who Gladola's going to choose here. So just for the sake of being the opposite team, I'm going to go with Weapons of Mass Destruction. However, I do say the history of these two teams, they've collided before. And with the history of these guys, this is going to be a hell of a matchup either way. And it could go either way. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not sure I would bet on this one. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd bet on this one if I had the opportunity, to be fair.
So who's that with, or on the weapons? Who's the blindingly white guy?
That is Drek. I know, somebody said earlier that he got the Joker bath. Drek came back with a new look. So, but here we go. Weapons of Mass Destruction versus the Wolfpack Horsemen. YTD Academy Tag Team Championships on the line. Let's turn and burn.
And Strife, there's only one way to do this, and that is have IRS and Bo Dallas inducted.
Yeah. You have to do that. And JJ, obviously. Offerman.
Oh, yeah.
His fiance. You know, it's sad. Four children left behind, right? Because he had two children from a previous relationship, and then two with JJ. So, but they were soulmates and lovers, and it's just a real sad thing what happened there.
But you know, his dad has to.
You know, it's interesting. They are the junior tag team champions. But the championships, for some reason, are the wrong color.
Right, Michael. And judging from the response on social media heading into this match,
good old video production. They're casting a strange goldish light on those titles. So bright, in fact, that it's covering up the fact that they are black. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that.
That is a group called Lemera.
I do not know what to say about that. The strange things that happen.
Oh, yeah.
At least they come out with their titles, not somebody else's, I suppose. So there's that.
Yeah.
Look who it is.
Okay, so there was something else I wanted to touch base on.
But just real quick, Archer. What the story I told him is really simple. It was just that as a middle school student, I had received a commendation from NASA.
You had received an accommodation from NASA?
From NASA, yeah.
Like for what? That's the whole story?
That's all I gave.
That's all you gave. I don't know. Were you part of a space camp or some goddamn thing? I'm gonna say bullshit.
It's actually true.
It is true. Okay.
1988 to 1989, they had a named space shuttle contest.
Might just be the night the title change.
And our choice made it into one of the higher rounds.
Oh wow! Now what was the name you chose?
Constitution.
Constitution. I like it.
off of old Ironsides, the longest in-service naval craft in American Navy. But it ended up Endeavor won.
Interesting.
But yeah, I did receive a certificate.
That's very cool. Now, do you have? Can you post a copy of that certificate on Discord for us?
I'd have no clue where it's at.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, not that we don't believe you. It'd be cool to see that. Just flat out, it'd be cool to see that.
Over the years, I mean, that's 30.
Introducing the
34, 35 years, something like that.
Right.
552 pounds.
Lord only knows what happens.
Okay, so here's that article. It's from ringsidenews.com, Felix Upton. And it's Becky Lynch wins WWE NXT Women's title, which I was a little surprised about, but we'll just get into that. So Becky Lynch surprised a lot of fans when she showed up at NXT. This was followed by challenging Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's title. And the match was soon set for the September 12th episode of NXT. This week's main event of NXT saw Becky Lynch take Tiffany Stratton to the limit. This included Stratton kicking out of everything that the man could throw at her for at least a while. The fans were chanting NXT during the match after they chanted "Welcome back" to Becky Lynch when the contest started. In the end, this match took place all around the ring, which included a spot where Becky Lynch landed a leg drop on the announce table. During the finish of the big match, Tiffany Stratton missed her moonsault, and Becky Lynch nailed the manhandle slam to win the NXT Championship. Becky Lynch has done a lot in her career. She main evented WrestleMania. She topped WWE merchandise charts. She never won the NXT Women's title until tonight. Last night. So this was a big win for her career. Only time will tell what's next for her, as NXT No Mercy is coming up on September 30th at the Mechanics Bank Arena in Bakersfield, California. WWE has been placing a lot more focus on NXT in recent memory. This called for a few main roster superstars making their way to the development brand. Dominic Mysterio is currently reigning as NXT North American Champion, and many other main roster superstars have appeared in other roles for the brand as well. What do you guys? What's your take on that? What do you guys think of Becky Lynch going back down to NXT, and not just that, for the very first time became NXT Women's Champion?
Well, congratulations to her. I don't know. What I'm hearing is almost sounds like NXT is the better brand right now. So.
Well, I mean, that's really nothing new. NXT's been the better brand for a long time, really, as far as wrestling action goes. But I mean, I think they're all doing better in their own respective ways in the last year or so. So I'm just hoping that trend continues and they continue to evolve. And I mean, there's going to be eventually there's going to be changes implemented and things like that going forward, right? Like, again, Endeavor and TKO Holdings Group aren't going to make a bunch of changes, especially right away, to a company that they bought for $21.8 billion and had that much faith in purchasing it because it's a good business model. They make money, global name. So, but there will still be changes in different areas. So it's going to be exciting and interesting to see what happens exactly. But I don't know. NXT, I think, I mean, they went back and forth for a while, if you remember, whether or not they called it a development group or whether they called it a brand. They still kind of flip-flop, but there's been some really great matchups in NXT. So, yeah. But again, it helps to have talent on your roster that can help boost those guys. Again, that's a big problem with AEW. They don't have anybody to boost their talent. You know, their biggest star after 3 years is still Chris Jericho. They have no stars. You know, MJF is on his way up, but he's got nobody to help get him to the next level, even there, much less, you know, become a household name without going somewhere else to do so. But I don't know. So other than that, it doesn't look like there's really a whole lot of additional interesting in the dirt sheets. I mean, everybody knows Nia Jax made her surprise return. And a lot of fans didn't like that, but she's automatically being positioned in a top spot to go along with her return.
It's impressive to have some stamina left this deep into the match, but even that can't last forever.
Oh, he's got him by the leg.
I mean, there's an article here about WWE doesn't seem interested in signing CM Punk, which I think is just complete bullshit, especially after the article we read earlier. But let's just have a quick peek. It's Felix Upton from RingsideNews.com. Says CM Punk and AEW had an explosive end to their working relationship. Now that CM Punk is a free agent, many fans are wondering if he'll pop up in WWE once again. This isn't looking very likely at this juncture because WWE doesn't seem interested. And of course, again, as per the article earlier, we know that's bullshit, right? So we'll just start with that. But anyway, Mark Ramondi spoke with the UFC president Nick Khan recently, along with UFC COO Lawrence Epstein. During that conversation, Ramondi asked about WWE's interest in signing CM Punk. That is when Nick Khan set the record straight about how they feel about the Second City Savior coming in. And what they said was, listen, we only have respect for Phil. We appreciate his run here. We appreciate what he did and tried to do at the UFC. Not many people can actually get in there and do what he did. So when we have respect for Phil, we wish him nothing but the best. I mean, nothing there says they don't have interest at all. They're just picking their and choosing their words carefully not to actually answer the question, is all they're doing there. So don't read into that at all. But WWE and UFC might even run package deal where they're pitching events for cities. There are a lot of possibilities down the line because both companies bring a ton of money to the table. That being said, WWE has tons of money coming in with their own ongoing television talks, so that part of the business is likely to remain separate. Ringside News exclusively reported that CM Punk wants fans to think that WWE is an option for him, but that's not the case. He made desperate attempts at WWE returns a few years ago, and WWE had to tell Fox that he needed to be controlled on the WWE Backstage show where he did a gig as an analyst. We'll have to see what the future holds for CM Punk, but he might have option for him as well. We previously reported that Impact Wrestling is intrigued by the idea of making an offer to CM Punk, and there's also the possibility that he could show up in the NWA and challenge for their world title. The new TKO Holdings group is set to take off with all the steam and momentum they can right out of the gate. WWE and UFC will also be massive when it comes to cash flow. Through this whole merger, Triple H will also keep his position in WWE as Chief Content Officer. It's funny because we were talking about that earlier and somebody mentioned how he wasn't in that role anymore. There you have it. Triple H will also keep his position in WWE as Chief Content Officer. It is also expected the WWE and UFC will keep their media deals separate. Well, I mean, that only makes sense. You don't want to start blurring the lines, you know what I mean, between sports entertainment and combat sports. They already do that enough from time to time. They don't need to further do it by blurring the lines with media. So, but yeah, that's about all for that's about all for the dirt sheets, I think, for the day.
He steers clear of contact.
I do have to make one correction to that.
Okay.
It's BM Punk, the sucky, shitty
BM
shit
Punk,
stain.
the sucky, shitty shit stain. All right. So that takes care of the dirt sheets for the day. Now I do have a list. We'll get to that in just a few moments. This match has been going on for a while, so there's no point in starting it right away because we're just going to end up getting paused after somebody, pulls out the win. But I'm trying to see here. Is Tony Stone still in the match?
I don't think so.
Was he eliminated?
I haven't seen him in a while.
It is down to the man called Drek versus the Wolfpack Horseman. That is not good for Drek.
Not at all.
Not at all. Look at this standing vertical suplex. The Omega, Marshall Omega, the big show of strength, and drops Drek right on his spine. I mean, at least it's not Genesis or YTD Dark. At least they have mats for Clash of the Titans. Nice suplex by Omega. Here comes Count Drexula with a steel chair. Drek just hit his own partner? That's what it looked like to me. Oh, no, wait. I'm just... Never mind. He doesn't have a partner. Yeah, that's... I have no idea. His partner's not even in it. He hit Drexula, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Count Drexula busted open by the chair, though. That's not going to help things any as far as
Come on.
Count Drexula's conditioning goes.
A blonde said to the gym instructor, "Can you
Omega just tosses him into the ring. Here comes Drexula with that chair again.
Flexible are you?"
Apparently Omega doesn't want him to get hit with the chair, though. Omega wants to finish him off himself. Oh, he got him anyways. I mean, Drexula just kept swinging that fucking thing till he finally hit him. Oh, no! Misses a... Oh, no. He might have missed the flying body splash, but he also got kneed right in the face. And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match. And still, your YTD Academy Tag Team Champions from Team Night the Undying and Team Froggy Mothlegs, Count Drexula and the Omega Marshall Omega, the Wolfpack Horsemen, still your reigning defending Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to the Wolfpack Horsemen and, of course, Team Night the Undying and Team Froggy Mothlegs. And that is 2 championship title defenses for the Wolfpack Horsemen in less than 24 hours. Elijah Archer and the Wolfpack Horsemen with big title defenses back to back. Wow.
And is anybody surprised?
It probably shouldn't be at this point, I suppose, should we?
It's the Wolfpack. I mean,
it is the Wolfpack.
They may be in there having fun, but fighting for the fun of it for the most part. But that don't mean they give up.
They definitely do not give up. All right, here we go. It is the main event of YTD Academy Clash of the Titans, episode number 30. It is Humboldt putting his Grand Prix Wrestling Championship on the line against the current reigning defending Junior Grand Prix champion from Team Christian Cool. The Iceman Christian Hart looking to dethrone Team Strife and Humboldt's and take home the gold. What do you think? You think Humboldt's has another impressive outing and retains his title, or does the Iceman tap him out, perhaps, and take home the gold?
So this is iron to gold?
Iron to gold, I think. Yes, it is. It's iron to gold,
that's what I'm saying. I think I'm going to have to go with the member of the Fart Foundation.
Member of the Fart Foundation.
Yeah, Christian Hart. I think he has more of the stamina for it. Especially, he went that over an hour match with the Wolfman before tapping to the hammerlock.
Fair. That's a matchup that you can never forget either. Because, again, like we talk about it time and time again, but that match was so long and they battered each other for so long, it wouldn't have mattered who applied that hammerlock.
Yeah.
A finger grab, pull on your earlobe, I don't know. I think somebody was tapping no matter what next.
Oh, the next hold was going to end it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, well, here we go. Main event of YTD Academy Clash of the Titans time. For the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Champion, it is the Junior Grand Prix Champion taking on Humboldt's the Arcane. The Iceman looking to pick up some extra gold tonight. Well, actually, technically speaking, he won't be the Junior Champion anymore after this match, but I'm going to go with Christian Hart on this one. I don't know why. Just a gut instinct. It tells me that the Iceman's going to pull out the upset here. Well, it's the upset to some. Not so much an upset to others. I guess it depends on who you talk to. But Humboldt's has been absolutely impressive. He's been a path of destruction. He's a 3-time Grand Prix Wrestling Champion now. But Christian Cool...
Three time.
But the Iceman has held many championships himself in tag team competition and singles competition. So, And, I mean, let's face it, he is still the excellence of execution of the modern day. So anything can happen here. Either way, I think it's going to be a fire match. So let's get to it. Christian Hart versus Humboldt's YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship on the line. Let's go.
And, I think he still holds the record for fastest Royal Rumble elimination.
I'm trying to think. Does he, or did somebody beat that? I can't remember if that's still a running. Either way, he'd be either the shortest tenure in the Rumble, or he'd be second tenure. So either or. It's still funny. Still pretty funny.
Come in at number 30 and out in 30 seconds.
Out in 30 seconds. And here he comes. From Team Christian Cool, multiple-time champion, the Iceman Christian Hart, representing the Hart Foundation, who, by the way, are the World Tag Team Champions. They are the reigning defending Tag Team Champions. But yeah, I'm going with Christian Hart on this one. Anyways, I do have a list that we can run through fairly quickly. I mean, it is the main event, but that does not mean that the show will be over. Perhaps we have a go-home happy match after this. We shall see what we can come up with. But the list, Glenola, is the 10 most hated WWE champions ranked.
Ooh, you said my favorite word.
Favorite word, ranked.
We'll be on the line here. You're right, Michael.
So, being on top as WWE Champion means that you will have plenty of haters that want to see you fail. This is by Tevin King, by the way, thesportster.com. Being on top as WWE Champion means that you'll have plenty of haters that want to see you fail. Fans get tired of seeing the same old champion and would like to see new champions crowned. WWE Chairman Vince McMahon's company was dominated by Hulk Hogan for the majority of the 80s as WWE Champion. Traditionally, a face would have a long reign as champion with the heel chasing. However, the late 90s would see that change with heel champions starting to have longer runs with the title. Many fans will boo a great heel WWE champion as sometimes it is not the person who they want as champion. Also, the ability to draw heat in the modern era is a lost art. So we will now take an in-depth look of those 10 WWE champions who were universally hated. Number 10, Chris Jericho. So at Vengeance 2001, Chris Jericho made history as the first ever undisputed WWE champion. He defeated Steve Austin and The Rock to unify the two world titles in one of the most shocking moments in history. Jericho mastered the role of a heel and would get booed by fans due to his alliance with Vince McMahon. Jericho always claimed that he was a living legend and larger than life, which, of course, got under the fans' skin and constantly reminded them that he was the first ever undisputed champion. Unfortunately, Jericho was a transitional champion as he dropped the title to Triple H 3 months later at WrestleMania 18. Number 9 is The Miz. So The Miz is one of the cockiest and one of the most cockiest and obnoxious superstars in WWE history. The Awesome One won the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match at the inaugural Money in the Bank event. 4 months later, he would cash in on Randy Orton to win his sole WWE Championship in 2010. Now, of course, he's won a championship since then. Just give me 1 second. Wifey's messaging me.
No, I'm going to say, Jericho. I actually like Jericho as a champion. I thought he did an awesome job.
Oh, I love Chris. I think everybody loves Chris Jericho. I mean, back in the day when...
Miz is the champ, on the other hand. Yeah, I'm still reserve some judgment on his position. But
yeah.
I definitely can agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Now, of course, he's won a second championship since 2010, but he's only had two times. Anyways, Mid had his critics, but proved them wrong by defeating John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 27, which is a no mean feat. Alex Riley was Miz's biggest cheerleader. I actually liked Alex Riley. Anyways, and he was very resourceful as he would aid Miz in his WWE Championship title defense, which is a sign of a great heel. Number 8 is Edge. And I just have to check a text real quick. All right, there we go. Anyways, so the Rated R Superstar was one of the most hated superstars in 2005. Edge's rise to superstardom can be credited with his affair with Lita, who was dating Matt Hardy at the time. That was the catalyst for greatness, which Edge would go on to achieve in his career. He went on to claim his first WWE Championship from John Cena at the start of 2006. The Ultimate Opportunist is a 4-time WWE champion. However, fans disliked him as a champion, as he would get the better of Jeff Hardy, who fans wanted as their WWE champion. In fairness to Vince McMahon, it was hard not to award Edge the title as many times as he did. Edge is reliable and one of the best in-ring workers who brought credibility to the title, especially with his feud with Cena. Number 7 is Sergeant Slaughter. So sometimes in professional wrestling, the envelope gets pushed on real-life matters. Sergeant Slaughter returned in 1990 as an Iraqi sympathizer. This storyline occurred around the time of the Gulf War. However, Slaughter made the most of this as he became a legitimate threat to the WWE Championship. He would become the first man to win the title at the Royal Rumble in 1991 from the Ultimate Warrior. In reality, Slaughter had to have security and wear a bulletproof vest as he received death threats. Before Slaughter reverted to his all-American character, he dropped the title to Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 7. Number 6, John Cena. So despite being the face of the company for over a decade, John Cena was one of the most hated WWE champions in history. Fans began to grow sick and tired of Cena winning the title so many times and holding the title for a long reign. Understandably, fans wanted to see a different champion, but Cena undoubtedly loves WWE. The WWE Universe has craved for Cena to turn heel for years, but it will never happen, as he brought in plenty of revenue for the WWE. Edge, CM Punk, and Randy Orton were heels that feuded with Cena, and fans hated him so much that they backed the heels in their rivalry with him. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, we all did that shit. We did.
Well, I'll admit, now Edge, maybe, or Sergeant Slaughter for that run there, he was hated, but that was the character.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that character. Wasn't
no.
Sergeant Slaughter finally gets the title. It was,
I don't know
whoever's idea that was, and I've never heard, but whoever that was should not have had their job.
No. Yeah, that was crazy. The other crazy thing was shortly after 9/11, they tried to run a storyline with a guy named Muhammad Hassan, who was actually a very, very good wrestler. He wasn't very good on the microphone, but he was very good in the ring. And it was all about assassins and just stuff.
It grew into that, but at first I actually was wanting to give him a chance. I really did try to give him a chance.
But he was running with. He was kind of running with a group of terrorists, so to speak, though. You know what I mean? So it was just wrong timing. Yeah, it did.
But where they started in with his whole, woe is me, I'm not, being given a fair shot and all this stuff, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I got the same feeling
I liked
as I did.
I mean, I understand it was kind of ill-timed, just because, but
it's just that whole, I'm being so oppressed and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, Shut up. You know, it was the same I felt with Randy Orton with his whole shoulder injury and you know, that whole build up there. We've talked about that one once.
Right.
You know, it turned me off very quickly.
Yeah, I think that happened to a lot of people, to be honest. They really did. Honeybee said, I mean, the Horsepack Girl. The Horsepack Girls, I love that she ran with that. I fucking laughed when I read that in her vignette. Of course, had to beat us.
I have to step away to the facilities. I'll be back.
All right, no problem. When you get back, I might do the same, because I have to do the same thing. But Strife says, we want Humboldt's to win, but he does not have a big gas tank. Likely a way better submission expert, though. The love sex scene was a bit much from Edge and Lita, mostly because Vince made Lita actually go topless under the sheet. I mean, it was just another one of those segments during the Attitude Era that they thought would garner big ratings, and it did. But it is that, you know, it's shit like that people think of when they sit and tell you how great the Attitude Era was. And the fact that, you know, you got The Rock and Cena and a whole bunch of others that exploded. Stone Cold Steve Austin during the Attitude Era, you know what I mean? But as far as wrestling went, not the entertainment side of things, and it depends what your definition of entertainment is, whether or not you actually like the entertainment they were providing sometimes. But as far as wrestling goes, the Attitude Era was very overrated. And I thought it was full of more bullshit than it was anything. I mean, we all tuned in to watch, but that's because of, you know, who storylines were surrounded by. You know, it was Edge and Stone Cold and Lita and the Hardys, and you know, there was just so many people that were worth tuning in for that you just did, right? But and yeah, it is 2-0 for Humboldt at the moment, Strife. It is 2-0 for the Grand Prix Wrestling Champion against the modern day excellence of execution. That was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Humboldt's fighting us off. Did not tap. And if anybody can tap somebody out, it's definitely the Iceman Christian Hart. So that tells you something, right? Oh, big German suplex. And another. And he completes the trifecta. 3 German suplexes in a row to the Iceman Christian Hart. And the referee's going to drop that hand. And it is 3-0 for Humboldt's the Arcane. Holy shit. Wow. That is insane. All right, so while this Iron to Gold matchup continues, let's move on with our list, shall we, till Ganola gets back. So number 5 on the list is Triple H. So nobody capitalized on a situation like Triple H did in 1999. He was groomed to be the top heel in the WWE. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker, 2 figureheads of the Attitude Era, were on the shelf. It left the game and The Rock to hold the fort during this period. However, Triple H ensured that he had plenty of backup by reuniting DX. He also merged with the McMahon-Helmsley faction alongside his wife Stephanie. The game rightfully was in the main 2000, was the man in 2000, as he patiently waited for his opportunity. Of course, the fans love The Rock, which is why they hate the game throughout his 4 reigns as WWF champion in 1999 and 2000.
Picking up speed, building momentum. Change the tides of the match. No try, and the superstar has changed.
That's weird how they ended that article, actually, that part of the article. It was just, I expected more from. Anyways, number 4 on the list is John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL. JBL became the top heel on SmackDown in 2004. JBL was an established tag team, and there's a submission fall for the Iceman Christian Hart. It is 3-1, just like that. Can he make a comeback, though? He's down 3-1. Humboldt the Arcane is a savage beast. We'll see what happens. JBL was an established tag team with Farouk as the APA, but that came to an end. Layfield stepped up to the plate in a big way, and he dethroned Eddie Guerrero to clinch the WWE Championship. JBL knew how to get heat from the fans, as he would cheat all the time to keep the title. Layfield also could talk on the mic exceptionally well. JBL's 280-day reign was refreshing, although the matches were not great. He defeated The Undertaker, Booker T, Kurt Angle, Guerrero, and Big Show. The best match SmackDown had to offer, inevitably John Cena would end his time on top at WrestleMania 21. Number 3 is Alberto Del Rio. So Alberto Del Rio's destiny was to win World Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, in 2011, the Mexican aristocrat was unable to beat both Edge and Christian for the gold. However, success was not hard to find over on Monday Night Raw. He won both the Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank ladder matches, the first man to accomplish those feats in a calendar year. Del Rio was hated by many as he thwarted CM Punk's run as WWE Champion by defeating him at SummerSlam. And just like that, it is 3-2.
Avalon said to the gym instructor,
in this Iron to Gold matchup.
He said,
cashing in the Money in the Bank in the process, he would win the title once more in 2011 before dropping it to Punk at Survivor Series, which fans universally rejoiced in. All right. Number 2 on the list, Jinder Mahal. So Jinder Mahal has the unfortunate honor of being one of the most, one of the worst and most hated WWE champions in history. Mahal returned to the company with a new demeanor that caught the eye of Vince McMahon. The modern-day Maharaja's in-ring work marginally improved, but not at the level of a WWE champion. Mahal upset the veteran Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship in 2017. Fans preferred for someone like Shinsuke Nakamura or AJ Styles to hold the WWE Championship. But Mahal's 6-month reign as WWE Champion was ended by Styles, which immediately restored some normalcy to the championships. And there's another fall for Humboldt's The Arcane. That would be 4-2. And last but not least, the number 1 spot on the list is Roman Reigns. So John Cena was slowly transitioning into a part-time performer, which left a void for a new face of the company. Roman Reigns was universally loved when he was a member of the Shield. He was the powerhouse of the group. But once they split, it was evident that WWE had plans for him to be the main man. Fans, of course, hated the big dog. It was shoved down their throats, but despite being a face, and there's another submission for the Iceman. It is 4-3. Despite being a face, he had a course of boos to contend with. Reigns won the 2015 Royal Rumble match, and even The Rock's appearance couldn't get... Wow. Is that a fall for Humboldt's The Arcane right there? 5-3. Reigns won the 2015 Royal Rumble match, and even The Rock's appearance couldn't get rid of those overwhelming boos. At Survivor Series, Reigns would win his first of 3 WWE championships to top off the hatred even more for Reigns. He defeated Triple H in one of the worst main event matches at WrestleMania 32 to regain the title in 2016. I think I heard another bell. Humboldt is in control. That means it must be 6-3. His third title reign came to an end at the hands of Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank, which fans, of course, loved. All right, so again, that was the 10 most hated WWE champions ranked. Number 10 was Chris Jericho. Number 9 was The Miz. Number 8, Edge. Number 7, Sergeant Slaughter. Number 6 was John Cena. Number 5, Triple H. Number 4, John Bradshaw Layfield, a.k.a. JBL. Number 3, Alberto Del Rio. Number 2, Jinder Mahal. And last but not least, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, to top the list off. And there's a pinfall from the Iceman Christian Hart. I believe it is 6-4. I'm sure Strife is keeping track. Let's find out. It was 6-3. Yeah, so it is 6-4 now with 2.5 minutes remaining. Can Christian Hart tie this up?
6-4.
Some big, heavy right and left hands to the body and face of the Iceman. compliments of Humboldt the Arcane as he attempts to defend his Grand Prix Wrestling Championship.
Oh, colliding with a barricade.
Oh, tosses Hart right into the steel steps. Humboldt's quick to chase him down, picks him right back up to his feet. He's going for the hockey stick. Oh, Christian Hart, though, grabs the stick and baseball swings it right into the midsection. Nice shot to the back of the head. Humboldt's nice evasion. Big right hand to Christian Hart. Christian looking a little wobbled here. Minute and a half remaining of this Iron to Gold matchup. Score is 6-4 in favor of Humboldt the Arcane. And now it is 7-4. 7-4. Ooh, Humboldt with a heavy right hand. Dropped him like a bad habit.
7-4.
And it is 8-4 for Humboldt the Arcane with 60 seconds left of this matchup.
8-4.
Wow.
Reversal. Can they? I think the crowd knows what we're about to see.
Wow.
Gonna see a new champ. The champ kicks at it too.
Champion kicks out, 2 count only.
A new strategy is needed right about now if that couldn't end things.
Christian Hart with that hockey stick right across the head of Humboldt. And again, right between the eyes that time. And again between the eyes. Humboldt, so returns the favor from earlier. Grabs a hold of that stick. Baseball swing right to the midsection. And he broke the stick. I mean, it was only a matter of time before that thing broke. Humboldt still on the attack. 5 seconds remaining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match. And still, YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Champion from Team Strife, Humboldt the Arcane, your reigning, defending, and undisputed Grand Prix Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to Strife and Humboldt the Arcane. Big win for Humboldt as he retains his championship. Fantastique.
And still, Grand Prix.
All right, let's see here.
The Warlock. That was one of the most outstanding efforts we've ever witnessed.
All right.
The length of this match was daunting, but they
So we are going to have
these superstars
2
took each other to the
go-home happy matches.
well past the limit, I'd
2 of them. Two of them is what we're going to do. All right. Wait a minute here. All right. So, we're going to get to the go-home happy matches, but that was the main event for the first edition for YTD Academy Clash of the Titans, which, of course, replaced World War III. Episode 30 for YTD Academy Live and TWA episode number 513, and what a show it was. Let's have a quick recap, shall we? It's funny, we never do this, but we're going to do it right now. We're going to start doing it. Escanor over Cody Rhodes to become the new Junior Grand Prix Wrestling Champion. Roman Reigns over Psychosis Kyle Riley. DJ Snow with a big win over Logan Paul. Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey became the new Women's Junior Tag Team Champions. Briar Rose became your new YTD Academy Pure Wrestling Champion after defeating Ashley Sky. The one Elijah Archer defended his Legends Championship, taking out Triple H. He took out Triple H and Shawn Michaels in less than 24 hours. She-Fiend and the Viking Rose Brewer. The Wolfpack Gals have defeated Winter Swarm for the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championships. The Wolfpack Horsemen, the Omega Marshall Omega and Count Dexcula, retained their championships and defeated the Weapons of Mass Destruction, Tony Stone, and D-Rex, the man called Drek. And last but not least, he gave it his all, but Humboldt's the Arcane is on an absolute fucking tear and doesn't want to look back. He is still your reigning defending, undisputed YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Champion. All right, so let's move on to our go-home happy matches, shall we? Matchup number 1. And, of course, our next live show will be Saturday night. Wrestle Wars Genesis going to continue the road to TWA Revolution. It will be the final night of championship matches until the following week's stream preview, TWA Revolution. We're, of course, still going to have matchups, but they will be faction wars, tag team wars, singles competition that adds fuel to the fire for TWA Revolution. Champions will be safe until at least next Sunday. But here we go to our go-home happy match. Number 1. This is going to be a slobber knocker. A barn burner. 1-on-1. And we're going to go, let's go a falls count anywhere. It is showtime and go time. We are going to see Alice Blade in action as she takes on Roxanne Riley for the YTD Academy Women's Grand Prix Wrestling Championship. And here we go. Go home happy match number 1 of 2 for the YTD Academy Women's Grand Prix Wrestling Championship. Alice Blade from Team as Sir Jack the Greatest, taking on Life is Great's Roxanne Riley. Grand Prix Championship on the line. It is time to turn and burn. What do you guys think? Alice Blade or Roxanne Riley? Who's walking out Grand Prix champion? Who is walking out Grand Prix champion? All right. I mean, my money's going on Roxanne Riley defending. I don't know about you guys.
Rocks.
I don't know what you guys are thinking,
Champion versus champion contest is a
but that's what I was thinking.
anywhere match, and is for the Grand Prix Championship.
You guys have any? Who do you guys want to win? Who's your favorite? Who do you like out of the two? Do you like both? Do you like one better than the other? Welcome back, Glenola. Go home happy match 1 of 2 underway. So incidentally, what were you eating earlier? You never did share what you were having for food. How dare you, by the way? You got to take the mute off to speak on the microphone.
As we get started here, let me remind everybody that the title is on the line here tonight.
All right, well, while we're waiting for Glenola to figure things out,
There's no way we crown a new champion.
we're going to enjoy ourselves a Grand Prix Championship matchup. What was I thinking for happy matches? Today it's a surprise. Now, if you have one that you're thinking of, Strife, you can let me know. Or Glenola, if you have a match you'd like to see, you guys let me know. But while Glorilla's figuring out how to get back onto the broadcast booth, and while you guys are watching the introductions of these fine specimens in the women's division, I, too, have to visit the facilities. So I will be back in a few moments. I shouldn't be too long, but I think I hear Glenola.
She is one of the top
I hear Glenola tiptoeing through the tulips.
And she's got double.
He's up.
So long.
Welcome back. And we're just watching Go Home Happy match number 1 of 2. We might end up having more than 2. It just depends, because I think Strife might have an idea for a match, and if you have one as well, you never know. I have 2 ideas. This is 1 of 2. It's for the Grand Prix Wrestling Championship in the women's division. We just saw an amazing match in the men's division. I thought, hell, why not? Go home happy. Let's see another one, this time in the women's division. But I will be right back. I just have to empty the bladder. BRB.
A look of confidence on her face.
Rightfully earned as the double champ.
And now she has 2 women's divisions gunning for her gold.
Yeah, but this superstar is more than up to the challenge.
She has been absolutely dominant, and I think that dominance will continue tonight.
Showing the world titles that she has worked so hard to collect.
Was just going to pitch for our group getting some more action. Brown and Ricochet in something. They got skipped over the last couple big teams.
Alright. So, I'm taking it, Humboldt won the match.
Introducing the
Congratulations there.
from Bismarck, North Dakota, the real deal, Alice Blade. And her opponent, from Green Bay, Wisconsin, she is the Grand Prix champion, Sorceress Roxanne Riley.
Undoubtedly the top title in this company.
Yup, 8-4 over Hart. So
Yeah, that's a big win. Hold on a second.
Here we go with the title on the line. The stakes in this match really couldn't be any higher.
You can tell these superstars are ready to give their all to walk out of here the champion.
They might be limping out of here if this match is even half as intense as I think it might be.
Half and half suplex. Lights out.
Hooking the arm for a Fujiwara armbar.
Fujiwara armbar applied. That kind of force in the arm can have lingering effects. Oh, that backfired on her. Big takedown right there. Uh-oh. Knew what was coming there. What grace. Float over to the DDT.
Alrighty, and I'm back.
Great awareness as she proves to be too quick.
Luthez press. Raining down right hands.
Corey, what kind of mental space do these superstars need to be in to win a Falls Count Anywhere match?
That sounds crazy, but they need to be as open-minded as possible. You have to be ready for this match to go in any and every possible direction. If you let yourself feel intimidated by the places this match could go, your opponent is quickly going to pick up on that.
There's absolutely no regard for your opponent's safety when you toss them to the... Hold on, she could be looking for a submission move here. Exhibiting a crazy amount of strength here. Oh, knee after knee to the back of the neck.
Hooked up.
Oh my God, a small package driver.
Oh, nice takedown. They're going to lock it in. Lapel lock. The lapel lock is in. She's in a tremendous amount of pain. Is she going to tap out? Can she hold on?
This is absolutely...
Critical time here. Can they get out? Are they going to tap? Can they break this hold? And they do.
Sit straight into the barricade. Face first off the barricade.
Quickly into the cover with the title on the line.
New champion, new champion.
Emphatic kick out from the champion.
She just will not go away. Kicks to the lower back, clutching the wrist. Just absolutely punishing their opponent here, relentlessly. Here it comes, Michael. We could have a new champion.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
All right, what have I missed? Anything? Well, I mean, I understand I'm missing part of the match, but any conversations I need to be a part of or anything like that? Yeah, the one thing I don't have to worry about is coming back to a fucking swear jar or some bullshit. That's the good thing about the Shark Tank. The good thing about the Shark Tank.
The blonde said,
all right.
Can't he make two?
Was just going to pitch for our group getting some more action. Braun and Ricochet in something. They got skipped over the last couple of big tag team brawls that we've had. That's true. That is true. Since you've inked those guys to contracts, they haven't seen a whole lot of action.
Oh my God. Torturing their
but what I might do is put them in YTD Academy Dark later on.
Mangling the opposition. Oh, ow. Lands the
By the way, did you see who the new Junior Legends champion was? I can't remember if you, or I don't know if you remember from the last 24 to 48 hours, but did you see who won the Junior Legends Championship?
Junior Legends?
Yeah.
No, but I heard Damien is the junior.
He's the Junior World Champion. Yep.
Yeah.
But the OG villain of the Archerverse, Kareem Key Woods, the new Legends Champion, so he's next in line to face Archer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is a unique move. Vertebreaker. Cover.
All right.
2 count.
And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and new YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Champion from Team Sir Jack the Greatest, Alice Blade, your new reigning and defending Grand Prix Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to Team Sir Jack the Greatest, the Blade Runners, and of course, Alice Blade picking up a huge win. All right. Okay. Now for the next match.
Here's your winner and new Grand Prix.
Wow, what a...
champion, the real
I got to tell you, the Blade Runner's looking good lately, as a faction, as a whole. I mean, I think every tag team and faction is trying to up their game right now after the path of destruction left by the Wolfpack Gals and the Wolfpack Horsemen. And as of late, the Blade Runners, the Bull, I mean, everything has been chaotic as hell. Like, it's the women's division, at times, I think, has been even deeper talent pool-wise than the men's division. I'm not saying now, but there has been times. They've always produced such great talent, much like the Knockouts division in Impact Wrestling. I think that's been their strongest suit for many years. I think at one time, if it wasn't for their strong Knockouts division, I'm not sure they would have still been around today. I think that the women in Impact Wrestling don't get enough credit. But anyways, congratulations, Sir Jack and Alice Blade. We're going to move on to our next go-home happy match. All right. We're going to make Mick Marvel do some work, guys. We don't see TWA titles on YTD Academy Live very often, but usually it is a television championship when it does happen. The world titles made an appearance from time to time, and even the tag team titles, but it doesn't happen often. Going forward, it might happen even less, to be fair. But here we go. We're going to give Mick Marvel some competition. Glenola Television Championship. Who do you want to see Mick Marvel face? It can be one-on-one. Let's do up to triple threat. We're not going to make him work too hard. He's been an amazing talent to watch rise through the ranks. He's been very dominant. He's now a 2-time television champion. I mean, I'm thinking one-on-one up to triple threat. Who would you like to see face Mick Marvel for the opportunity to hold the gold?
Yeah, it's always been so impressive ever since he showed up here. Let's go with Lion Sin Escanor.
Yeah, Escanor just picked up a championship himself today. He's the new...
Oh, did he?
He did. He is the new Junior Grand Prix champion. He won that...
Never mind.
Yeah, he won that title earlier.
Okay, never mind then. I was going to give him a title shot.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean you can't. It certainly doesn't mean you can't. If you want to see Escanor in battle, I'm sure that Team Lions and Escanor wouldn't turn down a fight.
Let's do something a little different. Let's go with Luke the Gooner.
Luke the Gooner, okay.
And
Strafe says triple threat tables match is what he wants to see.
I think that'd be awesome.
Okay, let's do triple threat tables match.
Trying to think here.
Oh.
All right, so
been doing halfway decent with, doesn't get title shots that often.
Well, what about Carino Farmer?
Yeah, let's do that.
He's been doing a bulk of his work in tag team and factions lately, so.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's really done much for individual titles, so let's do it.
All right, so the Gooner Luke Ballmer, representing the Coalition. Carino Sinister Farmer, representing the Wolfpack Horsemen. And Mick Marvel, the reigning defending champion, putting his title on the line. The television championship, one of the most prestigious championships in TWA history. It's been around since inception, and it's a highly sought-after title. Not easy to win, not easy to retain. Everybody's got an X on the back of the television champion, because if you get to that TV title, you don't have to worry about junior championships. That is the workhorse title. If you want to challenge the champion, you can do so. But here we go. Let's put his title on the line. And it is showtime and go time. Wrestle Wars Television Championship on the line. Triple threat tables action. Carino Sinister Farmer from Team Cornhusk Show. The Gooner, Luke Ballmer from Team Luke the Gooner 94. And Mick Marvelous, a.k.a. Mick Marvel from Team Mick Marvel. Let's rock and roll. Now, incidentally, and I know we kind of built this together, but who would you expect to see win this? Do you think Mick Marvel can once again pull at all the stops and somehow retain? Or do you think the Gooner or Carino Farmer become champion? Do you think we see a new champion?
I think we're going to see a new champion. So with it being a single table match, or triple threat, a singles table match, or single table breaking, that's anybody's game.
That's true. It is true.
But I'm gonna, I'm gonna go with Carino Farmer on this. Not because he's Wolfpack, though. That's a definite plus in his book.
True.
It's been too long. I think Farmer's hungry.
You think Farmer's hungry?
You know what happens when he gets hungry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Remember, guys, the title's up here in this one.
And I don't remember the last time the champ was in this much jeopardy.
Let's see. Yeah.
Might just be the night the title changes hands.
This guy has a lot of fight in him, and competing for the title will make him even tougher.
The missus is texting me. She's trying to distract me. She knows I'm live, and she's doing a very good job at it.
Hello, Mrs. Archer.
She's actually not here. She's at work. But, well, she wouldn't be texting me if she was beside me.
Yeah, she would.
Well, yeah, she probably would. But she probably would. I'll tell you though, if I'm going to be distracted by something, that's the way to go. If you want to make me lose all concentration and focus, just send Mrs. Archer into the room. She gets my attention at the drop of a dime. Now, she's a beautiful woman, though. It's kind of hard not to lose focus when she walks into a room, to be fair.
Say, she is a very lovely lady.
She is. Inside and out. It's not even just looks. That woman her and I have been through so much. Like, again, like, we're not just, you know, engaged. We're not just, you know, we're friends for 20 plus years. We're lovers for over 14 years. She's definitely my best friend, my soulmate. So it's nothing I've ever had before. Let's put it that way. It's nothing in my 46 years, and you know, I've loved a few people. I was married once before. That was when I was 19 and an idiot. But although Mrs. Archer would probably still argue that I'm still an idiot sometimes, but definitely not something I've ever experienced before. It's a wonderful. When you have somebody that loves you unconditionally, will do anything for you, is there for you, as a shoulder to cry on, as a, you know, she'll be my smile if I can't smile myself or laugh. You know, she for lack of better words, and I know everybody says it, but she completes me. And she is so good to my children. She's always been so good to my children. They love her dearly too. So it just is what it is. She's just, we have something that not a lot of people have, and I'm fortunate. I'm a lucky man. Flat out lucky man. McMarvel, reigning defending champion, put his title on the line. And I'm just going to be back in a moment. I just got to grab myself a drink. BRB.
Notice he goes and gets rid of one beverage, but he waits to go get another one.
Of course, the title is on the line in this one, guys.
Yeah. He doesn't just go do the two at the same time or in one trip.
But I'd say the opposition has looked just as good, if not better.
Why did the tomato blush? It's like a salad dressing.
That was a good one, Stripe. Oh, yeah.
The champ has never looked more focused, laser focused on the task at hand.
There's an extra sense of danger in the air tonight as this tables match gets underway.
These matches always seem to bring out a superstar's more brutal tendencies.
No.
Insulting. Beautiful shot block. Oh, right to the back of the neck. What a blow.
Good night.
Catches a punch. Ooh, backdrop suplex.
On a high angle, right across the shoulders.
Whoa! Oh, God, that's a bad landing.
That was an absolutely haphazard, uncalculated risk.
And I have no doubt they're going to pay dearly for it.
Trophy yellow smiling.
Back suplex onto the barricade.
Oh, and a reversal. Wow, what an arm drag. And what kind of superstar is typically favored in a tables match?
The smart ones. It takes a surprising amount of planning to put someone through a table. If you can improvise, you're going to be in good shape.
Took him out at the knee. The challenger eating up some damage.
Oh, European uppercut. All right, back to it, returning to the ring. Fires back with a crucial elbow.
Kick to the gut.
Boom! DDT. He has a task at hand, but prefers to be showboating right now. Into the barricade. He's certainly lining him up, but he's wasting too much time. He's got the
what a DDT. That was a good DDT.
Right forearm. Heads out, and he has all the time he wants.
Look at the velocity into the table.
He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night.
Holy hell, I come back at an interesting time. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Triple Threat Tables match, and still your reigning, defending, undisputed TWA Television Champion from Team Mick Marvel, Mick Marvelous, your victor and still champion.
Watch how that ended, Archer.
I think they already showed the replays, or skipped them, I'm not sure which.
Yeah, no, they showed it.
That's a huge win for Mick Marvel, though. So what happened?
Yeah, but that somehow he did a neck breaker, and from under the table, it broke.
From under the table, it broke.
Yeah, the only way it could have broken from where they were at is if the foot came up under the table.
Interesting. So that's a little sketchy. That seems just a little bit sketchy.
Here, let me see if I can't tell you the timestamp so you can go back and look at it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to. All right, so we're going to have ourselves one more match. And that's only because he's one of my favorite new rising stars. He's already won the title, defended the title. I'd love to see him defend it again. So we're going to put Mr. Pink from Mr. Pink Gaming in action for the Pure Wrestling Championship. It's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere matchup.
Okay, if you go to about negative 136.
Negative 136. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to see. Who are we going to see? Let's see here. Who do we want to see battle Mr. Pink? Who's been doing really well lately? I'm thinking maybe Gunther might be a good challenge for Mr. Pink.
Yeah.
So let's go with Gunther, the ring general representing Imperium, taking on Mr. Pink from Team Mr. Pink Gaming, and we're going to put the Pure Wrestling Championship on the line.
So, yeah, but basically it's about 3:14, 3:15, 3 hours and 15 minutes roughly.
Okay. All right, here we go. Final match of the day. Final go-home happy match. It is for the YTD Academy Pure Wrestling Championship. Mr. Pink putting his title on the line against the ring general, Gunther. That is next. Question, though. Does Mr. Pink retain his title, or does the ring general once again become the television champion? What do you think?
I think I'm going to say retains.
You're going to say retains? It's a big match for Mr. Pink. Big match. He spent a lot of time YTD Dark. Sometimes when you get out of the bright lights on the big stage, things change a bit for you, but let's see what happens. Here we go. Without further ado. Showtime and go time. All right. So what were you going to say?
I'm going to be jumping off here, Archer.
You're going to be streaming? Am I going to be going over to the Gorillaverse?
Yep, I think I'm going to be going on over and start my stream up.
I mean, I would raid you, but I can't.
I know, unfortunately.
Yeah. But thanks for hopping on, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Final match of the day.
Pleasure, my friend.
Of course.
You can't do it this early because that means I've missed half of the show when I just waking up.
Boss Apollo's in the house. What's going on, boss? Welcome to episode number 513, episode 30 for YTD Academy. As you can see, we did away with the World War III name, and we went with YTD Academy Clash of the Titans.
Hello, boss.
Gunther is so unflinching, as if
Oh,
doing great.
frogs here.
We had a fantastic debut for Clash of the Titans. This is our third go-home happy match, the final match of the day. And then I think most of us, if not all of us, are going to go over to Glenalianville, over at the Glenolaverse.
Have fun.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you in a bit, Glenola. So, anyways, boss, what's new and exciting? Tell me, what's going on?
Same old. Just trying to figure some stuff out.
Like that, like on a personal level, or
Yeah.
trying to work things out with the missus? Is that what's going on, or? That's a done deal. Okay. You got is there a new Mrs. Apollo coming into the picture? Maybe.
Chance to win a channel redemption of your choices.
Not at the moment.
01. The number to win a YTD championship match is 0.
Fly solo.
The YTD championship match.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. I mean, I'll be honest, at this point in my life, if anything happened to Mrs. Archer, I would just be on my own. I would stay on my own.
Guys, the championship is on the line here in this one.
No.
And I'll tell you, Cole, the champion
And,
has never looked
and people always say, never say never, and, oh, you're young enough to do this, young enough to do that, whatever. I mean, I am only 46, but I could never replicate the relationship that Mrs. Archer and I have. So it would be unfair to bring somebody else in my life and never be able to fully appreciate them or be with them. Like, it just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
Well, boss, like at all.
Stripe says he's having a problem hearing you, apparently. Can you hear him now, Strife?
Introducing the
Just waiting on confirmation.
Vienna, Austria.
Strife is going with Gunther, just to be contrary. Can't hear. You might have to check your setting and make sure your voice is being shared.
And his opponent from Albany, New York, weighing in at 273 pounds. He is the Pure Wrestling Champion.
Well, then after he said nope, he said better. So now I'm confused. Now I'm just fucking confused, and of course it would be Strife that did the confusing.
Here's where it counts. Here is where it's settled. The prize is on the line.
I'm about to start back streaming a little bit more now.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I was in on your show the other night. It was BCW, wasn't it? Was it BWF? Okay, I couldn't remember which. But it was good to see you live. Good to see you running a show. How'd the rest of the show go, anyways?
Oh, it went pretty good.
They went good? Awesome.
Big title match here. In my opinion, this championship can main event any show, any place.
Sounds good. I might be recording some YTD Dark matches tonight, so while I'm doing that, I can watch your show.
I'd be inclined to agree.
It does.
Able to get the advantage here. Headlock applied.
Nice. Well, it was good timing for a break, I guess. You get to be here for the final match, because this is the last match of the day. It's just a Falls Count Anywhere match, and these guys so far pulling no punches, so I can't see this match. Oh, nice reversal by Mr. Pink. Holy shit. Did you see that? That was awesome. He is actually audible now. Still not great, though. Interesting. Oh, okay, that could be. So he's not using a headset right now, Strife. He's on his phone. So that can always cause a little bit of muffled sound.
Not a whole lot you can do with a bum wing, guys.
So what do you think? Are you familiar with Mr. Pink? Okay, so he's literally undefeated in singles competition. Just won the Pure Wrestling Championship the other day, defended it, and now he's defending it against Gunther here in our final Go Home Happy match. Yeah, so Mr. Pink is from Team Mr. Pink Gaming. And then there's Mrs. Pink, which is actually Mary Fuller, but it is Mrs. Pink. He's undefeated in singles competition, yeah. And so far, reigning defending champion, but tonight this afternoon, against the Ring General, one of the toughest matches to date for Mr. Pink, I would say. I would say. Oh, look at that. Small package driver. Covers him up. 2 count only, though.
Couldn't quite slam the door yet.
Stripe says, fair, our phone mic doesn't work at all, so we get it. Looks like Mr. Pink with a, is that a cross face? I can't see. What the hell is the camera crew thinking? What kind of angle is that? What kind of angle was that?
Toss back into the ring.
In the coalition? Currently 3 in the main coalition, and then there's the Samoan coalition, which is Soul Ember's group. He's like an affiliate coalition member team called the coalition. Sorry, called the Samoan coalition. My God, I couldn't spit that out. What's that? Well, right now it's JC, Archer, and the Gooner. Yeah, Big Bubba Bruno formed his own affiliate of the coalition called the Samoan Coalition. So it's Big Bubba Bruno, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. They defected from the bloodline and joined Big Bubba Bruno. So there's a bit of a, well, I mean, we haven't seen them in competition in the last week or so, but there's a bit of a rivalry heating up between Big Bubba Bruno and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has beaten Big Bubba Bruno. Big Bubba Bruno's beaten him. So, I mean, it's definitely an ongoing thing, but it's definitely an intriguing rivalry. Oh, War of the Machine? He's still with the Wolfpack Horsemen, yeah. Yeah. They have a 5-man faction, and then of course there's Kyle O'Reilly, who's part of the Wolfpack, but he's kind of their rogue member. You know what I mean? He kind of just comes and goes as he wants. Yeah. But yeah, no, War still. He is still a Wolfpack. I mean, he's Severn's little brother, right? So, which is still funny to think. Oh, which member of the, look at this, the Imperium, which member of the Imperium is coming out to help Gunther? Who's it going to be? I don't see anybody, actually. I think they're just fucking with him. They cued the music to fuck with him, and it worked. Oh, Gunther! Powerbomb and pins him. Mr. Pink kicks out. The defending champion still in it to win it for now. Oh, look at this. Tornado DDT. Plants it. Busts Gunther open.
What his game plan is now. And he's already taken more hits up there than he should have to handle.
Mr. Pink racks him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gunther's going for a ride. Oh, powerbombed all the way to the outside. What a savage. Some ruthless aggression from Mr. Pink. Pulling at all the stops here to try and retain the title. Looks like we have lost Boss Apollo for now due to a network error. Maybe that's why Strife was having a hard time hearing him. Maybe he was having some network issues. But he was at work on his phone. A lot of the times, the PlayStation application just doesn't. It is a subpar app, much like the Twitch app that they keep doing updates for over and over the last little while and changing nothing. But anyways. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, again, our next live show will be Saturday night, Wrestle Wars Genesis. We are going to have some YTD Dark matches later tonight. But where we are going, immediately following episode number 30 for YTD Academy Live, is the Glenolaverse. So I'm going to post that in the chat room. There we go. Make sure when this show is over, you all flock over and check out the Glenalians and see what they're doing to further corrupt the mind of one Glenola. It's always a good time. I don't know if he's playing Final Fantasy or if he's going to go on the hunting spree and play some Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. But you definitely don't want to miss out on any shows. YTD Dark later tonight. And then, of course, Saturday evening, TWA Wrestle Wars Genesis Live continues the road to TWA Revolution with our final night of championship matches. Because, again, next week is the final push week, which means no titles are on the line. Champions are safe for 1 week. And then we march directly on to the big SPV of 2023, TWA Revolution. It's going to be a thrill ride. An absolute thrill ride. And then, of course, shortly after that, we're going to be getting ready for the 3rd annual Halloween Havoc.
Oh, gentlemen, what a surprise.
And, of course, we're going to be discussing our next round for the Archiverse Hall of Legends inductions. We had our very first Hall of Legends show just a few months ago. First one in 3 years. We've got some more deserving people that have been around since the Archiverse 1.0 and 2.0 that need to be inducted into the Hall of Legends. More people to add to the Legends division. That's already a deep, amazing division. More people to try and dethrone Elijah Archer, of course. That is if he's still champion. That is if he's still champion.
Still holding on to the title by the skin of their teeth.
It is just unbelievable. And Gunther's tank has got to be running low, guys. I don't know what his game plan is.
Uh-oh. Mr. Pink in trouble here. Oh, Gunther returns the favor. Picks him up and just drops him over the top rope all the way down to the outside. But Mr. Pink right back to his feet. Big right hand. And right back to work on the ring general, Gunther.
Right to the spine. And now thrown back into the ring.
Hashtag vote Akira. By the way, Sir Jack, were you here for Alice Blade's match?
Taken down with a chop block. Had it scouted.
Were you here when Alice Blade got called into action?
Back elbow completely.
You weren't. Alice Blade decided to cash in her Junior Grand Prix championship, Sir Jack.
What do you say? This is amazing.
I'm not going to tell you what happened, though. I am not going to tell you what happened. You're going to have to check out the VOD and watch the match. But it was Alice Blade versus Roxanne Riley with the Grand Prix championship on the line.
He must be asking himself if
it was a good match. It was a very, very good match. You could just rewind. Yes, you could.
Quit right now.
And he's able to counter.
Reciprocating the initial reversal.
Nice snapmare. Ooh, a chop.
Man, Gunther is just giving it his all as he attempts to once again become the television champion. It's been a back and forth matchup. The struggle for control has been real throughout the entirety of the match. Nice missile drop kick from the top rope. The top turnbuckle, that is. From the ring general Gunther. Oh, steel steps right to the face, and Mr. Pink is still getting up. He is a behemoth of a man. The Public Enemy will return soon, Boss Apollo says.
And that prevents Gunther's offense.
Another decorated team. It's been on a bit of a hiatus as of late.
Clothesline stops that move in its tracks.
Mr. Pink having a little bit of trouble here now with the ring general Gunther. Gunther feeding the knees to the temple area of Mr. Pink's head. And look at this, he's setting him up. He smells blood. Oh! Gunther looking for the 3 count, but no, Mr. Pink kicks out. He gets that big shoulder up. 2 count only.
The champ showing they are truly worthy of this title.
2 count only.
Might only get harder from here.
It is just
oh, Gunther's got those ring steps again. Mr. Pink better watch it. Oh! Slugged him with the right hand right in the midsection, and then a flying lariat takes Gunther right off his feet. Mr. Pink back in control.
What a takedown.
Arm bar takedown, and he's got a Fujiwara arm bar locked in tight here. Right in the middle of the ring. Gunther's in trouble. Well, for whatever reason, he decided to let him out. Had mercy, I guess.
Caught in a bad position here.
Uh-oh. Oh, out the back door goes Gunther. And shoulder takedown. A shoulder block takedown by Gunther. Mr. Pink's flat on his back again here. Picking Mr. Pink back up on his feet, but look at this big uppercut by Mr. Pink as he gets back up. And a beautiful takedown. And now Mr. Pink is going for those ring steps. Oh, and he returns the favor, nails Gunther right in the side of the head with the steel steps.
He's taking this to the floor now.
Jack says, I'm rewinding. He couldn't wait. He just couldn't help himself. Couldn't wait, had to go look. Mr. Pink thinks that one set of steel steps in the ring is not good enough, apparently. Here he comes with the second set. Oh, look at this. Oh, out the back door, tornado DDT. Whoa. Beautiful evasion and counter by Mr. Pink, the reigning defending champion. He drags Gunther down, crossface applied. That is locked in tight. Welcome back, Boss Apollo. Wow, look at that. Gunther fought out of it. What a match this has been. What's that? Yeah, it's been crazy. Oh, nice German suplex by Gunther. Oh yeah, the ring general.
Their opponent's arm, driving a knee into the arm.
Pardon me?
Oh, the arm taking the brunt of that.
Sorry, have I been... Gunther? He has, yeah. Wow! Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match and new TWA television champion, representing the Imperium, the ring general, Gunther, your reigning, defending, undisputed TWA Wrestle Wars Genesis television champion. Wow, what a way to wrap up the show. Look at the blood all over the forehead of Gunther. Wow.
An exciting match that concludes with a title.
Sir Jack says in Discord, it says he's already held 2 titles. Who, Gunther? Yeah, he's been Grand Prix champion. He's been television champion. Yeah. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all for episode number 513. YTD Academy Live, episode number 30. It was a fantastic debut for the newly rebranded YTD Academy Clash of the Titans. It was great matches from Tone Center to main event. The go-home happy matches were fantastic. But it is that time of day. You don't have to go home. You do have to get the fuck out, but I would appreciate it if you'd go over to twitch.tv/Glenola. Let's go see what Glenola's up to and show him a little support, shall we? It is go time. Let's go. Goodbye. Get out.